And it's
Oh,
going. But now I have to make sure that it's working by refreshing YouTube. Excellent condition. Analysis. There it goes. Hey, it's working. Yay. All right. I'm glad that everybody's here. I'm glad to have gathered experts in the field of video games here to talk about the real 2023 tier list. We have many games here, as you can see. If everybody has the screen share up, then they will definitely see. Now, I don't know the best way to go through this because it's not ordered in any particular way at the bottom. Oh, wait, yes, it is. It's ordered by alphabetical. So we'll just go in alphabetical order then of the things that I have added. And to go over a brief section of the categories, we have Baldur's Gate 3, which is its own category because it's obviously Game of the Year, and there's no need to compare Baldur's Gate 3 or any other game to Baldur's Gate 3 because it would be unfair. Then we have S, A, B, C, all the way to F, games that we have not played, and then honorable mentions that did not release this year but bear mentioning. Is everybody prepared and ready?
No.
completely.
Got
Let's
it.
do this.
All right. First off, let's just go ahead and put Baldur's Gate 3 right there in Baldur's
Are you
Gate
sure
3.
that belongs in the Baldur's Gate 3 category?
You know what? Thinking about it now with the updates, and I haven't played them, I don't know. Maybe it goes into S. It might not be Baldur's Gate 3 anymore. Who
I
actually knows?
I think it sits at a solid A to B range.
A to
Honestly,
A to B.
Spider-Man 2 got robbed. I
Uh,
don't know why Baldur's Gate 3 is here.
wait.
No one's played this. No one's
Okay.
even played that
Wait, hold on.
game,
I have to
Connor. No one
wait.
played it.
Let me set up a little bit. I don't think I
Hold
have
on.
Spider-Man 2 on this list. I definitely forgot to put Spider-Man 2 on this list. But you know what?
Yeah, no one played that.
No
That
one played.
one.
No one played that. Yeah,
Dude,
that's a sequel.
I saw somebody had said that like they were seeing like Baldur's Gate 3 winning every award, and they were like, "Who even played this game?" So I was like, "Let me just look up what like the sales were." Baldur's Gate sold like 22 million copies. Spider-Man sold five. Like you
Five,
can't.
singular.
Yeah, 5 million. 5 million.
Oh, I was like five. Only five copies. That's
Five
crazy.
million copies. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, jokes aside, Baldur's Gate 3 goes to Baldur's Gate 3. We're not going to worry about it. Armored Core 6.
Hmm.
That's a solid A for me. Is there any other?
Yeah.
I don't really have any arguments there.
You didn't play it?
No, I
Uh,
have no argument on this one yet.
It was pretty good.
yeah, I think A. I don't know if it's not S just because there isn't like enough there. It definitely doesn't feel long enough for the price point.
What?
I
You have to
don't.
beat the game like four
You
times.
beat it three times, but the other two times are really fast. Because much like every other FromSoft game, knowledge is the strongest thing you can ever have in them. So knowing all the encounters minus the new ones, which are there's less than there are old and subsequent runs, it's definitely a lot faster. Plus, once you start just using the pile bunker, other than one mission, it's really you just when you're fighting another AC, you just punch it really hard and it explodes.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Not a bad thing. The pile bunker, definitely the best part. Put it in A. All right, Age of Empires 2, the
Why is
definitive
that A?
edition, because the definitive edition came out this year.
It
I
did?
don't.
Yes, apparently. And when I looked up what came out this year, it may have come out on like a specific platform, but it did come out this year. The definitive edition.
No, it came out in 2019.
Got it. It's an honorable mentions.
Yeah, because I think it did come out on Xbox this year,
That's what
like
it is.
actually console release.
Well,
And there's DLC, I think.
the DLC is weird though. Let's not even because it's like the DLC was like really labeled strangely because it was here's this DLC that adds another uh, civilization to play as, but it's also just Age of Empires 1 put into Age of Empires 2 as like its own launcher. It was really strange. Let's see. But it's an honorable mention. It's good.
If it
It's hard.
released this year, I think it would still be. What would you put it at if it wasn't released this year, or not released this year?
If it
Yeah, where's your range?
if
Because Age of Empires 2 to me is like a S tier game.
really
Like, yeah, I'd put it way up there. It's the best strategy game I've ever played. But
yeah,
It's pretty fucking good.
it is.
it's incredible.
It's just Justin has ruined my experience with it.
How?
Our friend Justin, because we've played
okay.
it, we play it, and then he just completely stomps us, and it's not fun.
Oh, I
Or
see.
like it's fun for a little while, but then he does like one bit of tech, and it's immediately unfun, because you're just building your little civilization, but you forget it's an RTS, so you have to be doing PvP in mind. But
You're just slowly building it up and like, oh man, this is looking really great, and then all of a sudden here comes the
and
army.
then I turn left and there's a castle at my walls and it's not my
All right,
castle and I
well-
go, "Oh, right. I forgot. My
I
bad.
surrender.
Bye." A bunch of people with guns show up and just ruin my day. All right, Atomic Heart. I played it a little bit because it's on Game Pass. It's like a D.
I played like an hour. Yeah, I don't have high opinions.
It-
It,
It
The
didn't look very good.
well,
Gameplay-wise.
oh, okay. Well, then yes, yeah. That's kind of
Yeah.
the issue with it is like it doesn't feel good to really fight anything. It feels like it wants to be BioShock, but didn't get down like the gameplay part of it and just focused on here's the aesthetic. And the aesthetic's fine, but like the voice acting's really weird. It's weird in the way that like Eurojank games are weird, where it's like I don't understand this character's personality because they're talking like a weirdo the whole time, and I don't know what this character's going on about. And like I got out of the beginning facility and kind of hit the open section and went, I don't want to explore this. Fighting these enemies is terrible. It's not fun. So I kind of just dropped it. I never even got
Yeah,
to
I
like
didn't-
I didn't even get to dealing with the twins, which was like probably the two poster things of that game, or the twin robots. It's like I don't know. They step on you or something. It's weird. All right, Blasphemous 2, didn't play it.
Didn't play it.
Nope.
Didn't
Yeah.
play it.
If it's like Blasphemous 1, probably going to be really good, but
Yeah, it's probably good.
just didn't play it. The only thing I heard about it that was different was the pixel artist they got to do the first game's cutscenes. They couldn't get him back because it's like some Russian guy, so they didn't want to hire him again or something. And so they got like, I don't want to say a cartoon animator, but they got an animator who does not use a pixel style, so the cutscenes don't really match the game, and it looks really weird.
Mm.
Like it just doesn't look the same. All right. I got Bleak Faith. You know what? Bleak Faith is like an E right now. It's not finished. I really wanted to like it. The UI is really cool. It just doesn't run very well, so I can't really give it high praise.
I haven't even heard of that one.
It's just a weird Souls-like, and there was a kerfuff about it because they at one point for some animations they just grabbed some from the Epic store for just assets, and a bunch of them were just like straight copies from Elden Ring. So people called them out for it and went, "We didn't make those animations. We just bought them. That's our bad." But come on, chill.
Yeah, I kind of saw that coming when you said Epic. Yeah.
Well, no. So the Unreal Engine has a storefront where you can buy pre-made assets from other people. So they
Right.
just bought an animation pack off the storefront and put it in the game.
It's not complete and it's not unique.
It's unique. It's just the animations that are. I don't even think those are in the game anymore. I think they took them out.
Ah,
But like
Okay.
it's a really unique setting and it's really cool and I like the aesthetics. It's just I didn't want to play it because it didn't run very well.
dang, should have been a book.
Anyway, So, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. It's unplayed.
Yeah, don't know that one.
It's just a Jet Set Radio.
Yeah, okay.
I think so. Yeah.
It's like Sega owns a property called Jet Set Radio, and they hadn't made anything with it in like decades. So some people said, "We'll just do it ourselves." And then the Game Awards happened, and they announced a new Jet Set Radio. So
Nice.
probably because Bomber Cyberpunk was a big success, even for like a small studio. So it could go either way.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
All right, Cyberpunk Phantom Liberty / the 2.0 update.
S.
Put that in A.
Oh,
High up there, yeah.
A
Oh.
or S. I pull S, but
mm,
I'm also biased on that.
I
'Cause
would.
this is for like Phantom Liberty plus the update, right?
Yeah, I would combine the two.
Yeah.
It's 2.0 plus Phantom Liberty. Are we adding 2.1 as well? It's like
I
the
didn't
latest
play
update we just
2.1,
did?
but
I guess, but I don't think 2.1 was as significant.
No,
bring
it wasn't
up.
like 2.0.
Yeah, I don't
They
mean.
just added little things. We get the metro system, Connor. Thank God.
Shut
I
up
already
with the
had that
metro.
in mods.
Yeah, like you could just go on the Nexus and find the metro mod.
If that's the selling point, it's going down to F now. I don't know. It was good though. I mean, the 2.0 update was huge and gave you an actual skill tree
Yeah.
for an
That game
RPG.
also made you replay it completely. Just one update made you completely replay the game.
Yeah, it was pretty.
And it was good. Like
Yeah.
from that point on, it felt better. Like the whole
Yeah.
way through. It felt so much better.
And they
And
made
then
they
Phantom
made boss
Liberty-
fights. They made boss fights like actually kind of difficult and actually scale with you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't like 10 seconds, you're done.
Hi
Well,
Sasquatch.
Phantom-
Bye Sasquatch.
Phantom Liberty was a pretty impressive expansion. It's just I wish there was a little more story, but for what
Yeah.
it got, it was pretty good.
I like the theme around the whole thing and that like all the side missions you do in that zone, everybody,
It's
it
just getting through the gate.
it just
Getting through
everybody.
the gate.
Okay, getting through the gate wasn't bad. Wasn't good.
Dude, I had to stop every time. Like, oh my god.
Well, I mean,
like,
I just
right
fast
there.
traveled in and out, so I just kind of I bypassed it a lot of the
Yeah, but
time.
it's
yeah,
just,
you,
like,
you
fast
didn't do the
traveling
car
and-
missions then.
I didn't. I did two of them and went, I hate this. And also, like, I mean, do those lead to anything?
Yeah, they unlock cars and shit.
Okay, well then, whatever. You get the one car from that container out in the middle of the desert and you're good. Or the Cthulhu. Those are the only two you ever need. But overall, I like the Phantom Liberty plot. Thought it was pretty good.
It was pretty good. It just should have been a little longer. But I mean, gigs made up for it because the gigs were really good. in that
Yeah.
area.
It definitely didn't feel that long of a DLC story, especially
It felt
considering
like the end was rushed. It built up really well, and then the end was like it's over very quickly.
I think it depends which ending you do.
Eh,
Eh.
it was so much built up to like Kurt, and then you see Kurt like twice.
Oh, you mean that part of it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well
yeah.
then, sure. I know what you mean. There definitely isn't enough with Kurt.
No, and then he's just gone, and you're like, okay, cool.
He's-
Like that's it.
He's gone because he
He's
gets
just gone.
he's gone either because he gets destroyed by Alex, or you have to get him.
Yeah. Either way is cool, but like it just felt weird. It felt very fast at the end. I was like, it felt like it was slowly building up. There wasn't a ton happening, and then all of a sudden everything happened within the span of like 2 missions, and it was like, now it's game over.
But that's how Night City works. Well, we
Ah,
okay. Well,
you
to be,
had some pretty good climaxes throughout Cyberpunk, like the base game, that like brought you back to zero and then built back up again. You know, it was like It was like just like a constant wave of like really high points, then back down a little bit, then back up, back down. You know, in terms of action going on.
yeah.
This one was like a steady build, and then it like hit the peak, which was really good, and it was like, psh, it's over.
That's actually less my problem with all the events in the story. My issue was more of how many times they told you wait a couple days.
Oh my god.
I got kind of annoyed at that because I did all the gigs before the next mission, so I had way less to do when it happened again and again and again.
Yeah.
That was probably my biggest issue with it. Overall, I think that's fine in
I'm
A.
fine with A.
I'm fine with A.
I'm fine with it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Darkest Dungeon 2, didn't play it.
Nope.
Andres, did you play Darkest Dungeon 2?
I did not. What I've heard about it's a little disappointing.
What do you mean?
Like a
Mm-hmm. What'd you hear though?
didn't really hear. Okay.
Okay.
On this one. Yeah, no. I'm not gonna talk on it. I haven't played it. I'm not gonna talk on it.
But what'd you hear?
I heard that it's on the road now.
Okay,
Somewhat.
the carriage.
The carriage, yeah.
Yeah, you could talk about the carriage. That's not a big deal.
And I mean, I guess it's probably like an aesthetic sort of difference, but I remember seeing very briefly about the.
So what you're talking about, for context, is in the first Darkest Dungeon game, you and your party would literally walk through a dungeon with your map as you scale it out and finding stuff. Darkest Dungeon 2 has like this weird carriage system where you are driving a carriage to different points on a map and you kind of like pick a point and go. It's almost like a Slay the Spire type road where it's here's your point and then here's the path and it goes to do two other points. And then you're kind of stuck on one side of the map or the other and can kind of come back in. And it's pretty different and you have to. The biggest issue was like having to actually control the carriage with the mouse and keyboard when the first game you could play entirely with the mouse because you just clicked on different sides of the screen to do things. That was a thing I heard. Also, that
That was better explained than I could have put that. Yeah.
and also the carriage. I
No.
I got you, Andres.
I don't want to be talking out my ass, but
That's what we're all about.
I don't like that. I like the idea of dungeon crawling and not like
Carriage riding.
carriage riding. Yeah, no.
Also, from my understanding, the carriage is like, it takes a while too to go from point to
Yeah.
point. It's like you're in the carriage for like a minute when in the first game you're walking from a door to another door in like 10 seconds, 15.
Mhm.
If you're like actually stopping at every little thing in the hallway, maybe 30 seconds. It was really
Yeah, it's
short.
pretty well timed. Yeah.
And you're just action to action. This was like action, a minute of a boring carriage ride to more action.
Mhm.
So, but all the other stuff they added, I was really down with. Like your characters actually having real progression with skills, and you can kind of make builds out of them. Because I hate the trinkets in the first game, and you have to use them so often, and it sucked. Personally.
It felt like it belonged though.
Yeah. All right.
The trinkets definitely belong.
Yes, but I didn't like build. I didn't like having to make my entire build out of trinkets that are equipable. I'd rather just my characters learn a thing. Anyway, we could go farther on that, but I'm not going to. So, Dead Island 2.
I didn't finish it, but
Neither did I.
the amount I played, I'd probably put it in like B,
I-
C tier.
I think we because we only ever played it together, so like, I would say C.
It was fun.
It was fun, but like it was really hard to want to go back to it or take it
Yeah.
seriously. I should go back to it just to beat it, but
Yeah, we could do that.
we probably
At some
should.
point.
We should, yeah, at some point. But yeah, it's just kind of middle of the road. There really isn't anything terribly special about it. It's definitely just the first game again, but just looks better.
It does look better.
It looks a lot better. I'm still surprised my computer like runs it fine.
Yeah, no, Deep Silver really did something weird with the first one.
What do you mean?
Like it just sort of fell awkward. The swinging on him with the sticks.
Oh, you mean like the combat?
Yeah. The combat.
I mean, the combat's fine. The combat in the first game, like, I didn't mind it, especially like if you're playing on a pad, you can actually change the combat to be if you hold down like a trigger, you can use the right stick to aim at specific parts. So you can hit legs, arms, or head specifically. So you can stop certain things from grabbing you or, cripple them. It was interesting.
Oh no, I absolutely like that. Yeah.
But you just don't like how it plays.
Nah, just a little bit. Yeah.
It's fair.
Just the way that the models kind of like stand around is kind of awkward spacing.
Yeah, but that's how you set up sick dropkick combos with your buddies.
Mm.
That stuff was always fun. All right, Dead Space. I think I'm the only one that played it.
I own it. I haven't played it yet.
Oh, the Dead Space remake. Yeah,
Yeah.
The remake, yeah.
that's a solid A.
Mm.
It was already a good game. This definitely just makes it look better and updates it. And I like hearing Isaac actually talk to everyone and tell them, like, chill out. I'll go handle it because you guys are idiots. It's really weird if you go back and play the first game, and Isaac doesn't say a word the entire time when everyone's just telling him what to do. It just didn't make sense.
Nah, that didn't bother me honestly. Kind of liked it.
Sure, we could talk about that later. We could talk about the old one and whether or not that was fine. But for right
I
now,
mean, dude's like a mechanic. He kind of needs to
he's a person
do the thing
with a voice.
Yeah. No, absolutely, absolutely.
He
It's
can.
just that I feel like it would be hard for him to get his points across.
That's not
Like,
true.
He'd
He'd be
be
the.
arguing with people that are dumber than him.
Yes, exactly.
This is a smart man. Yeah, and now he has to actually do it, and it hurts.
Whoa. Okay. Don't be right, Isaac. Just be quiet and go do the thing. You tool of a man. I was about to go into it. I was going to go into something, but I got to stop myself.
It does look good. It's a different change. I did prefer though when he didn't speak, but too many updates can't really justify. Probably can't justify him being quiet.
Couldn't justify it back then either, but whatever.
No, you totally can. Totally.
Okay. I'm going to
This
save
is
this.
crazy.
When everyone leaves this call, Andres, you stay in here. Anyway.
All right, fine.
So, Destiny 2, Lightfall.
D.
Really? I was going to go lower.
I don't play Destiny like that. No.
E.
I was going to go lower.
I just find it
that's
unappealing
not
in
fair.
general. So,
You know what? If I'm
Yeah,
going to
Strand is actually pretty fucking cool, but
Mm.
the story and everything was trash. So
Why don't we have a tier that's would not play?
I can only
Like,
make
is
so
that
many
unfair?
tiers.
Is that a little biased? Okay.
I can
to
only
be
make.
fair, E and F are like the same
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
Kinda.
I don't know. Thinking about it, considering I stopped playing, I'm putting Bleak in F because I stopped playing it
Okay.
because I couldn't play it. So
Mm.
that's probably more deserving of
But,
F is that.
When we start
Unplayable.
putting certain games in F, like they deserve F, and like that game will probably move back up to E once we get to it. I can see one already that like deserves an F tier, and there's no way that game is just as bad.
We're looking at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, there's a few.
There's a duo right down there.
There's at least two. Yeah.
There's two that I can see right now that they
Mhm.
deserve the F.
Spoilers, guys, please.
All right,
Sorry,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
Yeah, we haven't gotten there yet, but
No, so Lightfall.
just boring.
Man,
It's
what a
just-
drop in quality from Witch Queen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
The only reason I'd have it in
On
E is
record.
because I think Strand is cool.
that's you know what? That's fair. Strand is really cool. It's definitely cooler for some classes than it is for others. And definitely works
I mean,
way
it's
more.
with a lot of things, though. It's with a lot of different things.
Yeah, it's just at the end of it when it's like, I really want to play Strand as a Titan, but man, throwing that hammer is so good with Solar. It's so good. You just, and it's just over. You just win. Also, just I don't know. I'd really like almost any of the characters. The only part of it I really enjoyed was the what is it? The montage when you're training with Strand,
Yeah,
and your
that was
character
pretty
just
cool.
your character just dies, and the ghost and the warlock who's there with you is like, oh god, why do you keep dying?
Trash.
Just stop being trash and just do it. But other than that, I got nothing. The fact that it was like it's called Lightfall, and the only time the light falls is at the beginning, and then you don't learn anything else about what's going on. and then they go new DLC, final shape, buy another thing, and it's like I don't want to buy
Yeah.
another thing.
Say, all right, yeah, I'll drop another $100. Why not?
God,
It's quite underwhelming.
it's quite underwhelming. Plus Bungie right now, not in a great place.
Yeah, we love Bungie. Connor,
We
gotta
don't- we
support these
No, we-
small-time devs.
you know, you're right. I apologize. They're small time now
They're just trying
because
to
of the
make- they're just
layoffs.
trying to make it. Yeah, it's a small team that's working on this.
They're
game
really
now. We
not
have
trying to
support
make
them.
it.
They're trying everything to ruin themselves, but
They're trying to remain independent so badly that
it's not working.
they're ruining their independence. So, Diablo 4.
Didn't play it. Well, I played the beta,
Exactly. I was gonna
guess.
say we played the beta, but we didn't really play it.
But for the style of game, what we played in the beta, I thought was all right.
Yeah, I didn't mind it. I think we still put it unplayed because I don't know where that plot goes and I don't know enough about it. I did see that Path of Exile 2 is happening, and that thing looks really incredible.
Yeah, everyone's hyped about that.
Yeah, I might get into it because getting into Path of Exile now is like impossible because there's so much content that you click play and you go, I don't understand what I'm looking at when you get to like past a certain zone. Also, that skill tree is actually like bloated and kind of a mess. Maybe that's just for me
looks
though.
Cool.
It-
It looks cool, but I mean that's all Diablo games look cool, so it's tough to kind of judge it off that.
I don't know if that's inherently true, but I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, the aesthetic is nice, but
Yes.
it's a Diablo game. So
I
like,
I like the aesthetic so much. That's why I put the screenshot as Lilith coming down with the cape of skin behind her, as opposed to actually the title.
yeah, it looks way
Because
cooler.
because I love that aesthetic.
Yeah.
All right, Dredge.
Didn't play it.
Didn't play, yeah.
Same. Didn't play it. Sadly, I've heard nothing but good things. I would like to place it somewhere, but that wouldn't be fair
Yes.
because I did
That's
not.
very true.
All right, Everspace. I'm pretty sure
Nope.
I'm the only one that played it. It's a solid. What is mid here? For
I think C is
Two,
mid
Feels
good.
Yep.
pretty
D
mid,
is
yeah.
mid bad.
yeah, mid good then. Yeah,
C is like mid good. D is like mid bad, but
Yes.
it's not bad enough to be
Like-
with the actual bad games. You
no,
know?
yeah, that's
Mid,
how
but
I
you
felt.
pick it up again. Mid, but
Um,
you pick it up
well now I want to put it lower. Anyway,
again. Oh, okay. Okay, so it was bad.
no, it wasn't bad. It's just it got really boring really quickly because it's a quote unquote RPG space combat game, but it's only the ship. And I got bored of ship combat really fast because that's all there was. And there was no like interesting stuff. It's like here's a different gun and it's like okay. But like that's not really this doesn't really engage me in any new ways. Like I think I was telling I might have been telling Sean like I want to like that game, but
Yeah, you were saying that.
like, if there was a way to make a ship and make a build that was like, all right, my ship's gimmick is ramming. I will only ram other ships with like a really strong front, and that's all I'm gonna do. I want my ship to be melee, but there's no way to do that, and ramming things is bad for you more than it is for the enemy, so it's kind of whatever, and the guns just aren't very interesting. Maybe I didn't get far enough, but the plot wasn't grabbing me either. Yeah, that's really it. Final Fantasy 16.
It's a personal S tier. Objective A tier.
I
I wouldn't
definitely,
hate it being up there.
I definitely want to put it. I'd put it in the S as well, actually. I haven't played the DLCs yet, but I'm sure it's only going to make the experience better because it just adds more.
The only gripes I have with it is the combat
Mm.
kind of is a slog,
It falls apart near
and
the end.
the side quests are pretty ass.
Yeah, yeah. The side quests are not great. The nice thing though is you can ignore pretty much all of them.
Pretty much all. Yeah.
Yeah, except the ones that have like a green check mark or exclamation point that tell you this will upgrade a certain thing for you as the player.
You probably want to do it.
You probably want to do it.
Oh, yeah.
Honestly, like the real answer is there's a list of like actual side quests you can do that lead to like a cutscene or follow a like
Yeah.
certain person's path over the events of the story, which is neat and adds some stuff. But past that, you don't got to do all of them. They're pretty nothing.
And it's not really an RPG.
It's really not.
But
So-
God, the music.
That
Oh,
music. Sadly, like it's hardly an action game at the near the end because you are just blowing through enemies.
yeah.
The combat's definitely
Can't say it was hard.
No, it definitely can't. The combat was definitely the thing that was like, you need to make these enemies maybe a little bit more resilient or like something to engage with, as opposed to me just air juggling into Bahamut Super.
Yeah, the I know the Ultimaniac arcade is really hard, but I haven't done that yet.
I mean, I don't know.
Because I'm playing New Game Plus on the harder difficulty when you beat the game, and it's not hard still. I mean, the enemies are just harder enemies placed where the weaker enemies would be. So it's
Oh, it's one of those.
kind of like Devil May Cry.
Yeah. But like even then, the harder enemies of Devil May Cry are like, oh my god, they're actually hard.
Yeah, you're like,
And-
oh my god.
It's like there's a pattern you have to play around with the enemy as opposed to Final Fantasy where you see them and then you eliminate it. At least with Furies, you actually have to kind of watch out. All right. But yeah, I think S overall. I think the story's fine. It's pretty good.
I
I
love
think
stories about killing God.
then you love a lot of Japanese games. Because, oh boy, they love it.
Very
Alright.
meta.
It's very meta. So, Forspoken.
I played it for like 2 hours, or no, 1 hour.
Did you? I actually forgot about that.
Was Forspoken not the game that they like showed off an engine for a while back?
Oh, I don't know.
I feel like I might be tripping about that.
I think it's the same engine they made Final Fantasy 15 in.
Yeah, because
Oh.
damn,
It's
The
I just don't
Luminous
think
engine.
I don't think there's ever been
Which
a
one
more
came out first?
unlikable main character.
No, God. Like,
Generally
the
not.
combat is semi-fun, so I kind of want to put it in E tier, but God, it's so bad.
Very repetitive,
That's
but
fair
yeah,
enough.
the main
Maybe if
character
you like
might
mute it.
the main character
Just
might be
mute
the
it, yeah.
worst thing. Like,
Okay, one of you
yeah,
needs to finish a point.
it's so bad it's like hard to describe. Like
Okay,
if you don't understand, like if you've never played it or even just seen it played,
I've seen it for sure.
you will not understand how bad the main character is.
Yeah, we
like,
watched Charlie.
how annoying and terrible. she
I
is. Yeah.
watched Isaiah play it. I listened to other people talk about it. Oni played a little bit of it, and they were having a terrible time with it. But like, they tend to they tend to be a little like unserious about everything they play. So it's kind of, but I think their criticisms were valid still. The funniest thing about it to me was the people going, "Nah, it's good. You just got to get like halfway through it." It's like that's a long time, man.
Yeah,
You
You
can,
can-
a long
you
time.
You can say that about anything. If you play it long enough, yeah, you start to justify it. But like, no, it's not valid.
Yeah,
But-
that thing's
Combat
F.
didn't seem so unique either.
That thing's straight F.
I like the
It's-
idea that I like the magic stuff because there aren't a lot of games that just go, "You're a magician. Here's some really cool magic." Don't worry,
Yeah,
Sean.
because
We'll
you do
get there.
some cool ass magic. You really do.
It's just,
But
yeah, it's a shame.
If you didn't have a spoken protagonist and it was just like you create your character and go in this world, it would be a
Mm.
lot better.
If your character was like Isaac Clarke from the old Dead Space game, you'd like it more.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
it could be a
gameplay's
solid D.
yeah, the gameplay's nothing crazy,
No,
and the story isn't all that great.
I don't even know what
but,
the
like,
story is.
You just
Past
even
past you getting isekai, I don't know the plot.
you're just trying to make yourself out of this world.
Okay.
You're stuck in it, so like you can't. You just got to make do with what you have.
Here's the
It's
issue.
just bad.
Isaiah's the
But
only
your
one that.
character's
Yeah, that's what I heard. So Isaiah, you're the only one that played it. So
yeah.
we're EF.
we can put it at E.
Okay.
I feel fine with that, yeah.
Ghostwire
They
Tokyo.
did dissolve the company because of the game though. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was that bad.
Oh, it didn't like it didn't sell enough to keep them afloat,
yeah,
or
Yes.
Square
wow,
Enix were like,
Done
nah,
down,
you guys
yeah.
are done.
that's bad.
So
Objectively, that would probably put it in F, but I feel a little generous with the.
No, I
it's more
think
like they absorbed them.
one of
They don't
those.
want to them to be like on their own anymore. I guess.
You guys can't be trusted. So fold in. All right. So Ghostwire Tokyo, honorable mention. It's all right.
I have it. I still want to play it.
I've played it
I think it's cool.
I think I got like halfway through it.
The combat gets very repetitive, but
You get
and
all your abilities really fast.
really fast.
You get them really fast, and then it's just go. And
yeah,
there's some
it's just like upgrade them.
like it's probably the best game I've seen that's a first person perspective and you're doing crazy hand symbols and it actually like
Yes,
is interesting to look at.
it feels good. It just gets very repetitive.
Yeah,
if
that's the
that makes
biggest
sense.
it's the
Like-
biggest issue.
But the world is cool. It's interesting. The characters are cool in the game. Like all
The-
the mobs and bosses. Like
The
they look
coolest
good.
thing I saw that happened was the yokai march.
Yes.
The-
when that
the
thing comes through, you're
parade,
like,
the yokai
"Oh,
parade."
shit."
And it's so cool because it's just like the ghost or like shadows of all these different yokai marching through Shibuya or like the crosswalk, and you go, that's really cool.
It's terrifying
It's pretty great.
because you can hear it before you see
Mhm.
it too.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
start hearing it, and you're like, "Where's that?" And then it just comes through, and you're like, "Oh shit,
I gotta go.
get out of here." It's
Alright.
cool though. I think it's cool. I'm
yeah,
fine with that.
yeah, well, I mean, didn't come out this year, so it's
If
gotta
it
go in
came,
here.
if it did come out this year, it'd be probably around C.
Yeah.
I'd say it's like mid good.
So, Gloomhaven.
Yeah, but that's pretty good.
Andre-
B at least. I want to say B.
Well, I don't know.
Uh,
So it didn't come out this year, so to speak, so much kind of like Age of Empires 2. It
yeah,
came
I
out
don't know. Yeah.
specific stuff. So it's an honorable
No, I
mention.
remember.
But yes, Andres, you and I have experience with this game. Part of me wants to go back to it, but it's honestly so hard, it's not fun.
Yeah, I think failure was okay. It's one of those games where it's kind of you're designed to fail sometimes.
But
That's
that
okay.
not sometimes. Andres, the
A lot
struggle,
of the time.
the
Okay, yeah.
struggle,
It was.
the struggle
Yeah,
we had
yeah.
in that
We
first
had a lot
the
of we had a lot
first
of people. We had a lot of people playing that really adjusted the difficulty.
I don't know if that's actually true. But like, okay, so Sean, the premise of Gloomhaven is it's a tabletop game put into first and then made into a digital game. So how it works is you have your
It's like
cat.
Cyberpunk.
No. Like this is it's a lot more like card based and stuff like that.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. So how Gloomhaven works is you have your character, they have their role or their specifics about them, that kind of thing. And you have your deck of cards, right? And then it's like here's the actions you can do. And you can spin them, and then once you're like out of a hand, you can refresh your hand.
I'm back.
But the issue is when you refresh your hand, you have to permanently burn one of the cards, which means you no longer have that card to play.
That's wild.
And once your deck is out and you can no longer burn cards to get more cards, your character just dies. Like you just lose because you have nothing. And missions will take longer than you have cards. Unless you like hyper optimize and pick the correct option the whole time. It is.
Yeah, we
What you're
did
telling
that
me is
when
you
we were
just
doing-
had to, Connor. What you're telling me is that you just had to get better. Is all you're telling me.
Yeah, we
I mean-
get good.
Okay, it was free on the Epic Game Store.
Oh, was it really?
It was. That's
It
how
was
I
for a
got
little
it.
bit, yeah.
Okay.
It might still. No,
1 second.
probably not.
I'm fine with an honorable mention. I mean, it is an honorable mention because it didn't release this year, but
Yeah. I'm going
Go.
to take this intermission to introduce you to a really good deal right now. Fanatical has a sale for Double Damage games, Rebel Galaxy and Rebel Galaxy Outlaw, for both games for $1.
Okay.
On
Yeah.
Fanatical.
The stream is sponsored by.
Yeah.
Who am I
Stream
sponsored? Who are we sponsored by?
Travis Baldry.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
Rebel Galaxy Outlaw. I dropped the link in the chat previously.
Yeah, I don't know what that game is, so I'm not gonna get it.
Oh, okay,
But
that's fine.
we'll talk about it later. I'll take a look at it. Who knows? All right,
Please.
Gollum.
F.
No one played it.
But
no
no
one
one.
played it.
That's
so
the
we
issue,
can't put
Sean.
it-
No one played
Dude,
it.
it doesn't even deserve to be unplayed. It really does not.
I looked at him. He's not artistic. He's he's ugly.
It's bad.
All right.
It's so bad. There's no saving that, Connor.
All right, we're
There's none at all.
betraying the system, but sure, I guess.
Dude, that's not
Walking
betraying
around
this.
in the shadows. Hey, remember I was playing Vampire last night, and dude was walking in the shadows. And you're like, oh, I should have seen him. That's Gollum. The sneak is.
Okay.
If you
Yeah.
tried to put all of Gollum in unplayed, it would kick it back to F. It'd be like, I don't even want it to be in here.
All right.
Yeah.
So I can't have it. I don't have a terrible opinion on this, but I know people in here have played it. So Hogwarts.
Yes.
Easy A tier.
Oh.
Yeah, A or
pretty
B.
Yeah.
I
A-
think
Okay.
this game okay, so as a Harry Potter lover, right? Like absolutely love movies, books, everything about it.
Mhm.
It's S tier, but as a game it's still like A or B.
Yeah, it's
So,
pretty good.
Mhm.
It's a good game. The combat's fun and fluid, which I was worried about. So I was like, this could be really bad. But they did it pretty well. It just doesn't feel like there's a ton of replayability. Like I beat it one time and did not want to do it again. If that makes
Yeah.
sense. Like,
Yeah.
changing your house doesn't really change much.
It's a watch the other ending on YouTube type of game.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
There's not even
the,
other endings really.
Oh.
The endings aren't crazy. The
I remember
endings-
I remember having one of them explained to me and going, "Yeah, that sounds lame."
It's like one dude dies or doesn't, but it's practically or sorry, you either choose to
Spoilers,
consume
by
it
the
or
way.
not. Dude, this game's been out for a long time. There's no spoilers. The point.
Hasn't been out
But
that
it's like
long.
you either consume,
Literally came out this year.
You either consume the power in the end or you don't, but there's no consequences to your actions.
Yeah.
Like just
Yeah.
none at all.
I feel like that's okay for some games because
I don't know. It doesn't really give you a lot of agency.
Also, you
yeah,
can just
well,
kill.
bowling doesn't give you a lot of agency, but that's still a game.
What?
Bowling.
These are very different examples.
Yeah, no, I know.
I know what
I'm just
I know
thinking
what you're reaching for, but you're
I am
reaching
reaching.
really far. You're
There's-
dislocating your arm, and you gotta put that
Probably.
back in.
across the aisle. Yes.
Yeah.
There's no consequences to your actions in that game. Like you can literally do whatever you want, and it does not matter. Like I could just straight up kill people in front of like my teachers, and they don't care.
I remember you explaining.
Like,
I remember you being really excited for it because you were like, you could be a dark wizard, but that
'cause it was,
but
like,
that really just
shaped-
meant you learn about a Kedavra and everybody's cool with it,
Yeah, no one cares.
which is
Yeah.
Like
weird.
I just use it, and like the companions that come with you, they're just like, I wouldn't do that, but okay. Like that's all.
The story leading to getting those spells was pretty cool though.
Oh, so cool. Like yeah, the
learning
story's-
Crucio, you're like, oh boy.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's like, oh no.
You start learning certain spells, and you're like, oh shit. There's a couple annoying parts. Like there's a couple annoying quests to get spells. You're just like, oh, do I really have to do this just to be able to learn this spell? But it wasn't terrible.
okay. All right.
It made the game grindier than I think it needed to be, but all in all, it's an A tier game.
I
but
think that's fair.
it's really fun.
Plus,
Yeah,
the DLC's coming out for it, right? That you're gonna get.
Yes.
Yeah, it's coming.
You guys remember when Harry cast Crucio on
Yeah.
someone?
God, I wish.
Dude, the
He
main
did.
character-
Oh,
He actually did.
I forgot. Sorry.
He
Fake
tried
fan.
to, but he just really couldn't do it.
Pussy.
You
Anyway,
gotta,
do it
gotta
hard enough.
feel evil for it to work.
you
know?
really gotta
Yeah.
hate him.
He felt anger, but wasn't evil enough to really get it off. You know.
Phrasing,
I'm
but
just
okay.
rage.
So, Immortal. Immortals
Oh,
of
is that
Next
game
Avion.
to it.
That's the
Oh, is that just like the?
yeah. That's the title.
Okay,
It's
never mind.
the
That's
it's
literally the
banner
picture
image.
for
Like
it.
it's the banner image I can't get rid of.
Ah,
I was
okay,
like,
about
that's
to
like
say.
Assassin's Creed Odyssey, Hitman, Spider-Man, all in one game. This is the best game ever, man.
It's the every
Like,
game.
This is everything in one.
All right, all right.
Oh yeah, it's the All Stars battle.
Oh, so F is what you're telling. Got it.
Yes.
It's
All right.
basically what Mortal Kombat is trying to get to. It's just all those characters in one game.
All right. So Immortals of Avion. No one here played it, I imagine.
No.
Nope.
Yeah. Looked interesting.
I considered it.
Didn't want to buy it, but whatever.
I'll try it if it's free.
Yeah, if it goes on sale or something, I'll take a look at it. But even then, I'm probably gonna throw it back in that what 2 hour under 2 hour mark. Actually, no, it's PS5 exclusive, right?
It's on PC.
Is it? Oh, okay. I thought it was exclusive. Now, Lies of P.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got it. S.
Yeah. Very easily pleased. I liked it.
I am a big fan of it, and I really liked it.
Easy S.
It's honestly.
Put it in front of Final Fantasy.
Okay.
Should we order? Do you want to order this in any way, or do we?
Nah.
Okay.
Just,
No.
just
That's too much
deserves
work.
it more.
Yeah, I guess we should say unordered, because yeah, these would probably
Yeah.
shift around a bit. Oh, that's where more of the discussion would come when we would start shifting these. Is like, there's absolutely no way Cyberpunk goes before Armored Core 6, or
Yeah, we can still make S tier fight though.
yeah,
I don't
S
think I
it.
can do any of those.
So, Lies of P, great Souls like. I am genuinely surprised they made. Now, I'm gonna say, I don't remember where in Pinocchio you start getting into characters with god complexes and reaching into the ether to become eldritch horror beasts.
I don't know what you're talking about.
But you know
That's
what?
classic Pinocchio.
I'm gonna say Pinocchio should have done that more if that was already there.
I feel like you just didn't read between the lines in Pinocchio.
You're
That's
right.
why you're confused.
I should have asked what actually powers Pinocchio. Oh, eldritch
Deeper.
horrors.
The deeper meaning.
Human souls.
Got
You
it.
just didn't see it.
The Porgan.
You're right. It's the Porgans. That's my bad.
For the amount of games that are trying to be Souls-like, this one is very
It
good.
succeeded.
I wouldn't even
actually
say-
trying to
No,
do it.
It
I wouldn't even
I
say
mean-
it's a good Souls game. It's better than some Souls games.
it really is.
I think it's literally better than Dark Souls 2. And
Yes.
I'd say it's debatable if it's better than Dark Souls 1, but I think it is.
I think it is as well, but like the issue there is like you're going back so far in time
Yeah.
that it's weird to
Yeah.
compare the two. Like I think it's better than Dark Souls 3.
No.
Really?
No.
Really? I like it more.
It's pretty close, but I think Dark Souls 3 was just like when those games got really good. That's probably my favorite Dark Souls game.
You know what? I'm thinking about a lot of the fights. Yeah, I'm taking it back. There's way
Except Pontiff.
Sully. Yeah, Sullivan was bad when he starts to pull out his stand. But here's the thing: when you think about it, you can see it, which makes you a stand user as well. You just don't know how to
Oh.
activate it yet. All right, but yeah, Lies of P, definite S. Wish there were some fights I didn't have to do in that game, but overall, it's really great. And the music, all the music was really good.
Yeah, it was.
Some of those zones, though, man, they really knew how to like pull the poison swamp. God, that place
Wasn't that
sucked.
annoying?
Nah, man, I was not about it. I am not about it. All right, so Like a Dragon, Ishin.
Didn't play it.
I did. I'm probably just gonna. I didn't put a lot of time into it, but it's a C. No, I'm gonna say it's honestly a D,
Is it
because
bad mid or good mid?
I think
Where
it
do you
was
lean on that?
it was bad mid because it's a historical. It's a game based on actual historical events with
Oh.
Yakuza characters put into the shoes of actual historical characters.
That's never a good idea.
Well, it's fine. It's just I'm looking at people and they're telling me different names and I'm going, right, Kiryu. And I'm like, no, that's not Kiryu. That's this guy. And I'm sure the actual history is interesting and there's something there to learn about actual feudal Japan. It's just not really what I wanted. And it's still really goofy and has some of like the goofy side quests. I don't know. I just also just didn't really like the combat. all that much. It's like I want to punch people, but they're giving me swords, and you can't block swords with your hands. So it was like, all
Sounds
right,
like a personal problem.
it really is. I could have just
Your
pulled out the
games
sword.
your games really just get taken down a tier when you can't melee.
It's you know,
They
hey,
just immediately drop a tier.
because that's all I want. And they won't let me. Now, speaking of melee though, Mech Warrior 5, I'm gonna say that's a B.
I agree.
That come out this year?
Big update and new DLC, kind of the same thing with
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk.
Mhm.
So I thought it'd be fair to put it there.
Yeah, it was all right, I guess.
I really liked it. It's just I don't want to say it was a company thing, but like I actually did find it really fun. The issue that I had with it, and I think it's the reason it keeps it at A, was the lack of like what's my drive? What's my purpose here? Oh, be the best mercenary group of robots. And it's like that's fine, but I kind of need a little bit more motivation here.
Yeah, I want to kill God, man.
Honestly, if there was a god bot, there's like an
Somewhere out
AI.
there.
There might be. I don't know. I would like to try to go back to it. It's just I just don't want to deal with all like the management stuff. And
Yeah,
though
it's
and
pretty in depth.
yeah, that's kind of the issue with it. And though Alex did a lot of that management stuff, it's still just like there's too much time in between missions. I really wish they would just like gamify most of it. But they gotta it's a based off of a board game, so they gotta keep some of it the same. Overall, it's a B. I think it's really fun.
Tabletop RPG.
No. It's like a it's closer to a Warhammer than it is a tabletop RPG. You're thinking of like Lancer.
Yeah. No. Okay, you're right.
All right. Meet Your Maker.
Didn't play
I
it.
I tried to play it um on PS5 when it was put out for free. It was put out for free really quick too, which is not a good sign. Um, it, I mean, I didn't really like. I tried to go through a base. It didn't feel very good to play. It was really stiff. They're trying to make another like online thing. The concept's really fun, but I don't think it really delivered well. I'm just gonna put that in the old F.
Rip.
It's probably gonna get updated and get better, but when I played it, because it's all I have to go on, it didn't feel very good, and there weren't a lot of people online playing it, so I couldn't really do. It felt like everybody who wanted to play it didn't want to build the dungeons you would play through. It felt like everybody who was on wanted to just play through dungeons. I should actually explain the concept of it. It's
Okay.
Rip.
what?
We lost somebody.
Oh, did we lose Andres?
Yeah.
Did we?
In Discord.
Oh,
From Discord. Yes.
he'll be back. Let me just. Interesting. I'll just message him because I don't know if he.
He's here.
Oh, he realized. All right, sick. So,
Yeah, my Discord went down.
all good. So for Meet Your Maker, the concept was it was player generated or player created dungeons with like they would put traps and monsters and all this stuff in there, and you would get in there, puzzle your way, parkour whatever to get this core, and then you'd have to escape. But I think I remember reading a thing where you know how Mario Maker makes you play your level, and if you can't beat it, you can't post it? I don't think Meet Your Maker had that, so you could make incompletable dungeons
That's pretty trash.
and just waste
That's not fun.
people's time. From my understanding, that probably got fixed pretty quickly, but that was a thing. But yeah, F. All right, Isaiah, you're the only one here who played Mortal Kombat 1, I imagine.
Maybe like, I mean, I didn't play it like as a competitive fighting game. I played like the story.
Hey, that's all we're gonna judge it on then.
It's kind of
this
cool, I
world is never
guess.
great, though.
Like a C. Maybe B, but I don't want to like over credit things.
It's fair. What were your thoughts on it?
Throw it in B. Throw it in B.
Okay.
But yeah.
What were
The
your
story is pretty cool.
Okay.
The
And-
whole reboot idea.
But
What actually ends up being the conflict in the end is pretty cool.
what's the conflict?
So I don't know if you saw the ending to the DLC for Mortal Kombat 11,
Yeah, it's
where you pick Shang Tsung or Liu Kang to
Yeah.
pretty much recreate the world.
and the one and Liu Kang does a bad job.
Well, it turns out that there's alternate timelines, and it all
Right.
split there. So
Oh.
in Mortal Kombat 1, Shang Tsung, who won that final fight, invades Liu Kang's world, like universe, and he's like, I learned that there's multiple universes, so now I'm gonna take over all of them. So then Liu Kang went to other timelines where other people became the creators of the universe, like Katana, for example.
Okay.
It got kind of ridiculous, but
Yeah, that sounds really ridiculous
It-
really fast.
and it became like the Deadly Alliance thing all over again.
Oh
kind
god
of.
damn it. Okay. That's
But it was
interesting.
kind of cool.
That's neat. It's really weird what they did with some of the stuff. Like the stuff with Baraka.
Oh, like made it a disease
Yeah.
instead of
A race of people,
species thing. Yeah.
It's like, why the Tarkatans gotta be put down like this? Why they just gotta be sick? And it's like, well, we have to make Melina like that. It's like, no, you don't. You
I mean, it's
actu-
cool that they tied that into Melina.
Yes. Well, it's easier when the plot is she got sick, so she grew a weird mouth. But like
Instead of her being a clone of
Yeah.
Katana.
with Tarkatan blood in her, yeah. When you could just make Melina a normal face.
Or not have her in the game.
Well, also, wait, here's the weird thing that I want to point out. If the only thing about Melina that's Tarkatan is her mouth.
No,
and
she
it's-
gets the blades too in Mortal Kombat 1.
Okay, no, but like, so this is before Mortal Kombat 1, which is where I'm going with it. Melina in all the other Mortal Kombats is only Tarkatan because she has the sharp teeth in the mouth, which is covered up all the time anyway. And she has the size and whatever. It's really weird that they then go, you know what, we need to either, instead of just going, let's give her a normal mouth and just stay her Melina. No, we gotta escalate. We gotta get, when she goes Tarkatan in this, we're gonna give her the arm blades. We're doing it all, as opposed to just backing off. Which I guess makes more sense, but it's still really weird. I'm just curious how that disease works. That's like, yes, you get sick and you have sick arm blades.
Well, it's not good for them, if that's what you're wondering.
What do you mean?
They become mindless savages over time
Oh, got it. With sick arm blades.
with sick arm blades.
All right. I'm fine with Mortal Kombat in a B. I don't really care much for playing it, but I'm sure it's fine story-wise. They always have an interesting... I feel like my biggest issue with the Mortal Kombat series is they always have a really interesting story, but then they go too far with it and go, we gotta reboot it again.
And it's the only fighting game so far that has like a storyline I can follow.
You know what? You're not wrong, because Street Fighter's like the opposite, where there isn't a plot. It just actually continues
Just
to advance
stuff
through time.
happens.
Well, no, everybody just gets older. There's no plot. People just get old.
I'm gonna.
Yeah,
need a
we
remake
fought,
of
I
Unchained.
guess.
Wait, Anders, one more time.
They gotta remake Unchained. I need them to make a remake of Unchained.
Unchained.
The PSP one.
Mortal Kombat?
Yeah, Mortal Kombat Unchained.
I've never even heard of that.
Is that not
What?
the name?
I've never heard of a Mortal Kombat Unchained. You might be right, but I don't know. I'm not an expert. All right. Monster Hunter Sunrise.
At least an A.
That's why we have Andres here, people. He's the ringer.
Yeah,
I mean, if it's as good as World, it goes in A.
No, a Deception, because it was a deception.
Unchained to
Wait,
Deception.
No way. It is. Nah. Why did I?
Okay, don't worry about it.
The wiki says it is Unchained, but the first word that pops up on Google is Deception. I don't know why. Oh, it's the portable version of Deception. Okay.
That's
So
weird.
They actually
Wow.
had this on a console. Okay.
A game so bad they had to change its name just to port it.
No, I wasn't. It was not chained to the console. That's probably what they're trying to say.
Shut your mouth.
I
Anyway,
mean, that was a time
I'm
period
not
where
wrong.
they would rename games
but it's the
for a
same
different
game.
console.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Like what was the name of that game? It's like Tenshu.
Oh yeah, Tenshu.
Yeah. The Xbox version and the PlayStation 2 version had two different names. It was like Return from Darkness was the Xbox one, and PlayStation 2 was Wrath of Heaven, but it was the exact same game.
That's really weird. All right,
The titles are so cool and different, it makes you think it's a sequel or something.
they're really edgy. All right, Andres. Monster Hunter Sunrise goes an A.
Yes, it goes in A. Yes.
Okay.
I feel like I feel like the arts kind of changed it just a little bit. Like you can move around a lot for sure, but some of these weapons did have some weight to them. Gotta be kind of careful.
Oh,
Bit of
Andres,
a change from world, but
did you see the announcement for Wilds?
yes, I did see the announcement for Wilds. I am
Did you notice the weapon on
proud
that
of it.
guy's back was not a long sword or a sword and shield? I think we're getting another sword weapon, and it's a mid sword, and I'm excited.
Regular sword.
Well, it actually looked like, okay, so this is a FromSoft thing. You know how in every FromSoft game there's that enemy that has like a machete and it grips it from the hilt and it grabs it on the top of it and then slams down? That sword had a hilt and a thing in the middle you could also grab onto. So I think it's like a saw.
No.
I think you're gonna like slash like a saw. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. All right, Payday 3.
Didn't play it.
Didn't play it.
Not
My
play it.
understanding is I did not play it. It's my understanding it's unplayable, kind of.
Yeah, that's kind of what I heard as well.
Well, that goes unplayed.
It
I don't
is
know, man. We put
meme.
Gollum. Well, if it's a technical
Well, he
issue.
said it's unplayable, so it's unplayed.
Mm,
It's
Hey,
not
if
just
no
a
one's played
dog
it, then
shit
it's still an
game.
honorable mention because it's not fully released.
but
They
it,
need to keep working on releasing it.
ooh,
until
Andres with the
it comes out.
technicalities.
Yeah.
All right, I actually have to run to the bathroom real
Payday
fast.
3 does have my favorite meme, though.
Come to a decision while I'm gone.
What decision do you think
Unplayed
we have to
by
make?
all. Unplayed by
Correct.
all. New category.
But it does have the guard right there meme, so it deserves to be a
Mm.
little bit higher.
Yeah.
That was a difficult decision to come to.
Oh god. I can't believe Redfall's right after Resident Evil 4. What a
Mm,
what a switch.
disappointment.
It goes from peak to the basement.
But Sean, the basement's where the vampires live.
Did he come back just to say that?
No, he has his headset on at all times, I think. He just mutes it.
That's just so that you don't have to hear him pissing.
Correct. It's also because I'm paranoid, so if you talk shit, I can hear it.
Oh no.
It's like, do my friends say anything behind my back while I'm gone? Oh god, what if they do? I need to know so I can improve myself. All
Never
right.
stop improving.
Never stop improving. Even if it has to be hidden from the people I'm trying to improve to. All right. Resident Evil 4 remake.
Yes.
Did not release
Great.
this year.
Love the original. Love the original.
Yeah.
So
It actually came out in 2005. So.
Yeah, Connor, so I don't know if it deserves to be on here.
we are
but-
not having this discussion again. So also, that's actually a callback that I will explain real fast. So one of our coworkers was looking at the Game Board nominees and was like, "Why is Resident Evil 4 here?" And I was like, "What do you mean? It's really good." And then he Googled Resident Evil 4 and it said like 2005, and he looked confused. And I'm like, "That's not it's a remake. Stop."
It's like, but the game released in 2005. It's like, yes, it's a remake. They
No,
changed some
it
systems.
didn't.
Like,
Resident Evil 4 remake came out in 2023. I'm not doing this again.
Resident Evil's gonna be nothing but remakes for a little bit.
I hope so.
Good. It's the best ones they make except for 3.
They're gonna remake the 3D version.
Well, they didn't make
or
3, so it's
3DS
fine.
versions. They're gonna do Revelations, the remake.
Oh god, I actually have Revelations. I should try to.
Same man too.
Andres, I'm trying to co-op Revelations at some point.
Oh hell yeah, let's go.
Let's play that piece of shit.
No.
I get to see Jill's ass. Hell yeah. Oh. All right, Redfall.
F.
F?
Oh,
E?
F.
It could go in
I
E, but
feel like
it
if we're
would be
putting
maybe
Lightfall
F.
in Forspoken, I think that goes in F or E as well.
I don't know.
There's a
Redfall was a
reason
lot less playable than Lightfall.
You're getting a point there. But as someone who actually made it past the first boss, which I think no one else in this call has, you know what? Thinking about it, yeah, it probably should go in F, shouldn't it?
Bring it down.
Well,
listen,
I'm thinking
you had
about
to
it.
You had to force
Yeah.
yourself to go back and play it so that you can get
Yeah.
a better understanding for this thing.
I
So,
actually
like,
didn't
and
go
you're
back and play
regretting
it. I actually did.
Forspoken has
Oh,
better
okay.
ratings than Redfall.
Does it really?
It does.
All right.
I think people also just hate Bethesda, so like, and Arcane. So
I definitely don't like Arcane Austin now.
yeah,
I mean, I'm thinking about it, and it's like I actually really like the weirdness of the vampires, and I really like a lot. Like I like the art style of the game a lot. It looks really good. I like the eclipse that's always there. It's
It was
just
a comic.
fighting stuff wasn't very good.
you're fighting bosses that don't know you're there.
No, not that. The actual bosses,
Broken?
huh?
No, you're not talking about how it's broken
No,
half the time.
Look. If
no,
you
because
like
we
the
already know it's
design,
broken.
it
Like that's.
shouldn't- You like the
You mean
design?
just like
Should have been a comic.
Yeah, well, you're not wrong. Like, well, actually, I don't even know if it should have been a comic, Andres. These characters are not great. I'm listing things that I like only because all that I like about it is aesthetics, whereas all four of the characters aren't great. All their powers are really lame. They're not really fun to play, and they're not different enough to matter. All the weapons are like fine, but the weirdest thing about them, I think no, I can't say that. The weirdest
Hey,
thing
now.
about it is like you have guns with stakes and bayonets attached to them, and you melee with the gun butt. It just doesn't make sense. I just don't understand why it would be like that.
Wait, Redfall is $70 game.
Yes, also that
Yes.
$70 in draft.
I didn't
Actually,
even know that because we played
Mhm.
it on Game Pass.
the thing I actually remember is so Forspoken and Redfall came out really close to one another, and that actually sparked the argument or the discussion of like, if we're paying more, why isn't the quality going up? Why is quality going down if you're asking for more? This doesn't make sense. Those two were the big things of like next gen announced, here's the games. They're $10 more, but they're worse. It's very interesting.
Now
Dragons,
they're gonna have to pay to fix it. If they wanna do anything with it.
I doubt they're gonna fix it. They don't care anymore.
Pay to fix it. Pay to release a DLC. Should have just been its own thing.
Dragon's Dogma 2 is actually the first $70 game that's going to come out that I'm actually looking forward to purchasing.
Was Baldur's Gate 60?
It wasn't 70 when I bought it. Cuz I bought it.
It's 60, yeah.
Smart. Starfield was 70, wasn't it?
Not on Game Pass.
Wait, was it?
Yes.
like it
Pretty
wasn't.
sure, yeah, because the definitive or the ultimate edition was like $70
Oh
or
yeah,
$100.
it is 70. It's already on sale too.
Ooh.
Nice.
Mm.
If you want to
We'll
buy
get-
Starfield,
Now's
for
the time.
whatever
We'll get,
reason.
to, we'll get to that one. We'll get to that one. That one's I got some choice words for that one.
All right. Remnant 2. B?
No.
A? B or A? I'm thinking B or A.
Really? It's
It's fine. If it
pretty good.
Yeah.
Actually, I'll put it with A.
A?
I had about as fun with it
It did.
as like
It was really
Armored
fun.
Core.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. I really liked it. The DLC was... I can't believe they released a DLC for that thing within a year. That it
And it
came
was
out.
pretty good too.
And it, yeah, I really liked hopefully they keep doing what they're doing with it and making the DLC just one giant map. As opposed...
Yeah.
And then you just play through that entire map and re-roll it. There was some stuff I didn't do. The boss fight in it was pretty not great.
Yeah, that boss was kind of whatever.
But like I feel
It
like
was easy even on the hardest difficulty.
I bet. Yeah, he didn't look like he had a whole lot of moves or anything to really deal with.
And there's not an alternate boss fight,
Yeah, yeah,
as I was expecting as I was doing other choices.
that really did kind of suck. You didn't even get to fight Nimue. You just blasted her if you wanted, whatever. Just not, yeah.
Wait, hold on. Alex added Baldur's Gate 3 he bought Baldur's Gate 3 2 days ago.
Okay, there's a conversation there.
Yeah,
He-
we could do that after.
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
curious.
Well, it's really short. He was asking me if he should get it, and I was like, I don't know if you'll like these types of games because I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, all I have to relate it to because it's D&D, and I know that he likes D&D, but he gets on his phone a lot whenever we actually played, like physically. So I'm like, is he gonna like Baldur's Gate? It's literally just D&D. Do you what else have you played that's like this? And he said one of the first game he said was Dragon Age Inquisition, which is like that's not even
Okay.
close. It's not even in the same wheelhouse, but sure, go on. And he was like, XCOM. I was like, that's closer. It's a lot
A little
closer. And there was a third one that was pretty in KOTOR, and I was like, okay. I mean, you're
Getting closer.
you're managing a lot more than those three games, but
It
sure.
definitely is a game that's fantastic, but like, if you don't like that style of game, then you're not gonna like the game.
And
I mean,
the
to be fair, I had never played Dungeons and Dragons before and understood nothing about Dungeons and Dragons, and it might be my favorite game I've ever played. Like, it is incredible.
okay, that's good. I will say the one thing that I'm like, I want to see if maybe he wants to do a co-op
What's that?
campaign.
Hold on a second.
Oh no,
A
Yeah,
COD
no,
campaign
sorry.
no.
or co-op.
Let me. Is it ready to mute Andres real fast? No, he's good. Okay. No, so no, like he wants, like I want to see if he wants to do a co-op campaign of Baldur's Gate 3, but, and this is the same issue I have with like Divinity 2 for co-op stuff, is like, I really wish there was a button I could hit that would, I hit it and my character just follows wherever my co-op partner clicks to move. Because all I'm there for, having beaten the story, is the combat and seeing what decisions my co-op partner makes, who has not played the game. Like, I want as little overworld movement and options as possible. I just want to be there for whatever they get up to.
I wish the dialogue was easier in the co-op, like, to follow along with. Because, like, if you're not specifically running the
Yeah.
book on it, like, it's very difficult to understand what they're doing. Because, like, we would play,
Mhm.
and then when Jordan would, like, enter a cutscene kind of thing.
If you weren't there
to
and you
go
didn't
right
click
in.
on, you missed something.
Yeah, I missed so much, and then it was tough to follow along with it.
I mean, I think I'd rather have it like that than if any person talked, it like
Forced.
controlled
No, yeah, I
everyone's
agree.
screen to like, yeah.
I
So
just wish it was like he started a conversation or something like that. Like, would
Mm.
like really pop up for me? Then I could be like, okay, let me follow it, instead of it
It-
being like,
It like kind of does subtly with
It's
the little
very
ear thing,
tiny.
right?
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
so my
very
thing is like I only want that because I want to see what is different with their stuff, and I don't
Yeah, you
mind.
don't want to lead them accidentally.
That's what. So that's actually when we played with Alex with the Elden Ring co-op mod. That's what ended up
Yeah.
happening. Was like
Yeah.
we just took off. We're like we're
I
going
want
here.
the angel scythe.
Yeah,
Bye.
yeah, pretty much. And he didn't have like any agency or choice in the matter.
To be fair, I don't think he cares about story stuff like that much.
No, but like if there's no
Or
motive,
he doesn't get immersed as much as we do.
maybe. Well, I think he would have if he like just sat there and played it by himself.
Yeah.
Because he plays the Souls games, kind of. But, you know, having three other people there who have beaten it multiple times and just kind of going for it, you know. I don't know. That's the only thing I want out of a Valerian game is, like, if I've beaten it, like, I want to play Divinity 2 with Andres. I don't want to control my character unless I'm in a fight. I just want to follow him. And I don't want to have to click. I just want to hit a button and I want to tag along. Because watching that man play through a game is hilarious and like it's special in its own way. All right, Returnal,
Why is that
did
on
it come
here?
out this year?
PC version, and co-op.
That came out this year?
Are you counting that?
It's an honorable mention for sure.
Oh, okay.
If
I was
anything,
like,
Well, because I
It's a
know,
pretty good game.
yeah, because I know,
Yeah.
Isaiah, I know you and Bryce co-op beat it, so like you
Yeah.
actually kind of have an idea of what the plot is, so you can kind of speak on it a little bit more.
Nah.
Okay.
That's it.
Honorable mention, Returnal.
GG's Returnal.
GG's.
It's really good though. I recommend you guys play it if you haven't. And
Yeah. It looks
it
cool.
is not
It
really
does
meant
look cool.
It's
to
so
be a
hard.
co-op game.
It's so hard. But it's so easy with co-op.
It is really easy with co-op. But the
Yeah.
problem with co-op is, unless you had the perfect situation with me and Bryce, where I didn't care about progress, the person joining gets no progress.
What do you mean?
Like-
If you go back to your game, you're lower.
You still have like the starting stuff, and nothing's unlocked.
Well, as long as I beat it with the other person, I guess I don't care.
Yeah, if you don't care about that, then yeah, that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, because like Returnal doesn't seem like a game I would go back to after beating.
It does have the like roguelike tower Sisyphus, which has more story stuff, and has infinite floors. That's kind of cool.
It's a really pretty game. It just like I don't know. It was just really weird to fight enemies and they just start doing bullet hell in third person. Like, oh, I don't. Come on,
Nah, it's easy.
it's not.
Just get good.
Okay, got it. Appreciate it,
You-
Coach.
There's a common theme coming here, Connor.
Clearly.
You get good.
There's
Alright.
melee, so instant goes up a tier for you.
No, it doesn't because it's like melee on a cooldown timer.
Yeah, but you can melee cancel.
It's and then I can't melee.
But
For
you
like
melee for the hitbox to come out, and then you cancel it.
whatever.
It's so cool.
Shut up. So, Sea of Stars, I'm pretty sure I'm the only one who's played it far enough. Yeah, it's definitely an A. I have the final dungeon unlocked. I'm just trying to do a bunch of the side stuff. My
It
only
won, didn't it? Didn't it win?
yeah, best like one
Game Award?
best
Best
debut indie, I think.
Debut indie, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it. Most of the time, there's some like I don't know. Actually, I have notes. Hold on. I have many a note that I can use as reference. There it is. Alrighty. There's a lot of combats like cleanup for an RPG that I really like. Like if your character goes down, you don't have to spend an item to actually revive them. They have like KO stars and they deplete after rounds. So they get up by themselves, which is really nice. There's some really interesting like inventory stuff that makes the game easier, but I haven't used any of those because I'm a real RPG player. And they do.
I'm a gamer.
I'm a real gamer.
I don't do that
The
shit.
the biggest issue that I had is actually near the end when I was like, "Is there multiple endings to this? Like, am I accidentally unlocking weird conditions?" And I looked it up, and there's a true ending, but to get it, you have to collect 60 rainbow conches. And I just went, okay, I don't want to get the true ending anymore. Yeah, I've collected 30 of them, but I don't feel like bumming around to find 30 rainbow conches. I think I'll just go beat the game after doing all the companion stuff. That's my biggest knock against it so far. Other than that, it is pretty solid, if anything. It's just a really solid old RPG style game.
Nice.
Street Fighter 6.
Baldur's Gate.
Probably Baldur's Gate 3 tier.
You got it. A, B, S?
I kind of want to put it in S.
Oh, really?
It's pretty good.
Your first Street
Best
Fighter,
Street
right?
Fighter.
Yeah, my first Street Fighter, but also just like objectively, it is
the
a
best
really
Street
good
Fighter.
game.
Yeah, do you want to walk around Metro City and get into random fights with pedestrians?
Fuck yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Is there a lady waiting for a bus? Run up and hit her with the Shoryuken.
Yeah, now you got it. Now you have the relevant YouTube short.
Yep, send it to him. It is pretty funny. And it is I think them actually creating a single player mode for like the first time ever is kind of a big deal.
It wasn't that good, but
No, but it was goofy and you got to hang out with the World Warriors and that was cool.
yeah, I'd say it's cool, but it wasn't like good. I think like Killer Instinct Shadow Lords is a better single player experience, but
Really?
it's a lot different
Yeah, that's true. I know what you're talking. I know what you mean.
because it's kind of like a roguelike almost. It's hard to explain.
Hmm. So, I think, but I mean, other than that, like the combat's just good. The DLC characters look
The
really interesting.
mechanics are really cool.
Modern mode's a big deal. Modern mode probably got a lot of people into that game. There was a modern mode player at Evo in top 6.
Yep.
Shows it can do something. All right. Shadow Warrior 3 Definitive Edition.
Didn't know that was a thing.
Don't worry, it's definitely a D. Biggest issue with it is that it's trying to be Doom, and it does it halfway all right.
Wait, that come out in 2022. What are you doing?
Definitive Edition?
Yeah.
That's weird. What? Maybe for a different version, but it's whatever then. Honorable mention. Only thing about it is if it would be here, it'd definitely be a D, because it's at best an all right Doom clone when the best one of them was the second one, which was almost like an RPG. They basically just kind of took whatever was the most popular thing around at the time and just kind of made Shadow Warrior into it. And I don't know how I feel about that, because the quality definitely felt like it dropped from 2 to 3. Like, it felt like, oh, we can make another one, but we don't really have, like, a huge amount of money to make it, so it's really short, and it's not incredible. I don't know. If you're going to play one, play 2. 2 is great. It's honestly kind of excellent. Jedi.
I didn't
Jedi
play it, but I do
Survivor.
intend to.
Survivor?
Jedi Survivor. What?
Is it Survivor?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Am I stupid? Yes. Oh, you could use that. I was like, oh no.
Well, because I, for some reason, Fallen Order sounds like it would be. Here's the issue: they're both games with the subtitle, so I don't know.
No, it's Jedi. It's Jedi and then the game. So it's Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor.
Right,
So
right. Yes, it's just I
Jedi is
didn't,
like
I didn't know.
Jedi is like your Final Fantasy, and then whatever is after it. Yeah, it's weird, but it's okay.
Well, that's not a good
It's
example
cool.
because after Final Fantasy is a number.
Yeah, I mean it's good. Yeah, it's good. Uh, I would say it's between A and B.
Oh,
It's not as good as the first one, but it's not like so bad that it's not as good as if that makes sense.
yes, I think I know what
Like
you
they
mean.
added some cool mechanics like shooting in it. It just
Hmm.
feels like it's a good follow up. It's a very good follow up to the first game. I think the reason I hold the first game over that one is probably just because it was new. So like everything was brand new to it, and it was cool to be like in a Star Wars game like that. And this one is just like the same thing except for
It's
a
it's like
story.
Spider-Man 1 and 2.
Yeah,
The
exactly. So it's
novelty
like
of the first one is kind of overshadows the
exactly.
second one.
That's kind of how it is, but like it's not any worse. In all honesty, it's really not. But
Right.
it's just nothing newer. But it's good. I think it's good. The acting performances are great.
Uh, Final call though, B or A.
I'll keep it a B.
Okay.
The A is tough when you have
When you look at it,
Phantom Liberty. Yeah, it's tough to put it up there with it, but
that's
it's
fair.
just it's right by. If you had to put it in B, it'd be the very front of B. Yeah, it would kind of be like there. It's like it's almost A, but it just can't because of the games that are in A.
Fair enough. That's good. That's how the tier list should work.
Yeah.
The the other things in there gatekeep anything else below it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Oh boy, Starfield. Throw it in C. Yeah, throw it immediately in C. This
Yeah.
I thought I was gonna.
big
Hard C.
I thought I was gonna get some heat for that.
this mid-ass game from a mid-ass studio, like
Best mid game they've put out in a long time.
like dude. I mean, like this game has
It's
the
okay. Let it out.
potential. It has so much potential, like infinite potential. Like you are creating an entire universe. Like from a development side, it's like S tier, right? For them to be able to pull that shit off, it's S. from
comparatively, sure. Compared to the
to a
other
lot of
things they've made, sure, yes.
well, compared to the other things, I'm just saying games in the industry. Like, there's not a lot of games that let you do what Starfield allows you to do, if that makes sense.
You mean like space travel?
I'm-
Just kidding.
Space travel, flying to
I mean,
barely.
Not actually
No
flying.
Man's,
No Man's
no
Sky.
Man's, no Man's Sky. Yeah,
Well, to be
but
fair,
like
No Man's Sky only got there long after the fact. Let's not, you know.
Starfield at least came out and it wasn't a buggy mess like all Bethesda games were,
Yes,
which was
yes.
shocking.
Yeah,
Shocking.
it didn't have that many bugs.
It was shocking. It did lock me out of 2 quests for no reason, which
Oh.
was fun.
Sounds like it.
Which is why I had to restart because I could not keep playing it. So there was a problem, but I'm pretty sure they fixed it like 2 days later. But I was like, I'm already deep enough into this one, so it's fine. But like, dude, they give you the chances to do things. The dialogue system was fine. It wasn't that fun, to be honest with you. It just felt like a chore to keep clicking through it. I would much prefer D&D roll and leave it up to chance than fucking
Yeah, but
red,
that's, I mean,
yellow, and green.
oh, okay, yeah, that stuff. Hold on.
Oh, the persuasion thing.
Yeah, the persuasion.
Yeah, that was
just,
rough.
Yeah,
It's cool.
well, it's like
It's a cool system. It's a good idea. It was executed very
I
poorly.
kind of like it more than the Obsidian way of it, of just like it being a straight number.
You have 100 speech, therefore you succeed.
Dude, that's how it was in like Outer Worlds was the weirdest because I put all my speech stuff up to 100 first. So it's like
So you just beat the game without fighting.
I literally did.
I mean, it's like
Almost. I mean, I got into
almost
fights because I wanted to get into fights, but like
Yeah.
like the entire final dungeon was like, don't worry about it. I'm in disguise and I'm walking through everything. The only reason I got into a fight was because the like president of, you know, the biggest city or whatever was down there filming a promo and I blasted him, which pissed every guard off. And it's like, okay, that's
Yeah,
fair.
that makes sense. Yeah.
It's like, you know what? You guys are right. I apologize, but I'm not holding the L. I'm going.
Starfield, dude, I can't. I was very excited for this game. I really thought Bethesda was gonna knock it out of the park because new IP, everyone's inspired to do this. All the promo shit looked good. Like playing the game, it doesn't feel bad, which is good. What's good?
Yeah. The
It doesn't-
gunplay at least was. It didn't feel bad.
It's fine.
Yeah, gunplay's decent. Ammo was annoying. It was you ran out of ammo fast, but you
Not
could
for
just
me.
use- Yeah, melee god over here.
Well,
Mr. Fisticuffs
nope,
running
no,
in every time.
incorrect. I did not.
What'd you name him?
No, I don't know what I named my character in Starfield. I don't
Uh,
remember. It was probably
You named him
Strom.
Goofy as fuck. Yeah.
Well, I always just go with Strom for some reason. I don't know why, but I did not do fisticuffs because using fisticuffs in that game is terrible,
Yeah.
and it
I think
sucks.
Starfield's fun. Like the story's cool. It's cool enough, you know.
Yeah, I
Finding
think the story is one of the
artifacts.
better parts.
The story's one
And
of
the
the better
faction
parts.
quests.
The faction quests are great.
Yeah, they're pretty
The
good.
Crimson Fleet one pissed me off because I really wanted to be evil, and then like nobody cared, and then all of a sudden they were like, Sarah wants to talk to you, and I'm like, hi Sarah, and she's like, you
Yeah.
really think that was a good idea? And I'm like, shut the fuck up, go
Yeah.
away from like.
There's no
please."
companion that you can get that is
There
like
was
on
no
the
one I
darker
liked.
side.
They're all pretty.
There's-
They're
yeah.
all good.
They're
You
all.
have Andrea.
Oh, yeah.
Andrea should have been like my dark character. right?
Yeah, but even
Like
she should have been, but she still was like, "Why are you
even she
joining the
turns.
Crimson Fleet?"
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, so no one agrees with this, and it's just like, I mean, there is a
That's a
Crimson
little
Fleet
rough.
There is a Crimson Fleet companion you can get. You can't romance them, so who gives a fuck?
Exactly.
That's kind of shallow, Sean.
What do you
No,
mean?
it's not.
What if I can't romance them? I don't want them to be a companion. That's not when you can romance characters within a game. I want to be able to romance the companions that I have.
Okay.
All at the
Like-
same time.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'd say you kind of cut out for me. Say it one more time.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay.
That it's very.
I think
simple.
the
Like,
mic picked up your excitement and cut you off.
if there are romanceable companions in the game, why do you make some companions unromanceable?
Because they can't handle love, Sean.
That's
They're
stupid.
already taken, which is fair.
I could have just
Also-
taken over the Crimson Fleet with like my person, and then like I'm running the Crimson Fleet, but I can't do that. And you can kind of be a space pirate, but no one cares. Like I should be wanted in every town that I go to, but no one cares.
Well, then you could.
Like I can go and destroy the entire UC fleet with the Crimson Fleet, and then I come back to New Atlantis, and they're just like, "Welcome back, sir." And it's like, what?
Yeah, it
I
doesn't
just
actually.
murdered everybody. There's little consequence, and then you get to the end of the game, Connor.
And then
you
it
get
doesn't
to the end,
matter.
and it tells you nothing you did fucking mattered at all. Nothing.
Yep. That's easily the
At all.
biggest
Which is
biggest
cool,
issue.
honestly.
It's
If you
cool
think
for
if you
New
think
Game
about
Plus.
it, like,
It's cool for New Game Plus, but it's also just like what
because
the fuck?
you stop caring in a sense, right? Which is what would actually happen realistically if you were in that position, you know? Like oh, there's infinite versions of this person, so I don't really care.
I guess.
It's cool from the sense of like it's a good idea for New Game Plus. Like if you're gonna incorporate New Game Plus into a game, like that's a good way to do it.
Yeah,
Like,
that
it's
was cool.
Where consequences should matter, but
right.
by
but
virtue of the ending, the consequences don't matter.
exactly. That was the problem. It's like I enjoy the consequences mattering, but at the same time, and then like everybody wanted to come through with me. That pissed me off. Like when you go back and talk to all your companions before you like, and what is it you enter? I know it's like become Starborn, but like what was
The
it? That
I don't
it was
know the
called?
space gate.
I don't
I
think it
don't
was
know.
called anything.
Yeah, the space ball
Gate.
that you walk into. Yeah.
Just call it the
Like,
space gate.
everyone-
It rhymes a little bit.
Everyone's like, yeah, everyone was like, I can't wait to go through with you, and I'm like, motherfuckers, you did nothing to help me.
But
Like, I
also,
did this myself.
I don't think they can, like,
No.
it's not really explained well,
can't.
but I think they like, if someone like went with you, it's like you get sent to different times anyway. Like I think that's what it would be like. So it doesn't really
Oh,
matter.
They can't actually come with you, but at the same time, I was just like, why are like, don't tell me that you want to. Like the girl, what was, like who's your
Sarah?
daughter? No. Who's the cowboy guy and his daughter? Sam.
Yeah,
Sam's daughter.
yeah.
Sam's daughter was like, I can't wait to go with you, and I'm like, you're staying the fuck here. Like,
Nick,
what are
get
you
the hell
talking
out.
about?
you're 4.
Like, shut up. Yeah, you did not. You were not worthy to be Starborn. I am. They
Okay,
came to
let's
me.
not
They
bring
came to
worthiness.
me, Connor. They came to me.
Okay, Jesus.
He told me I am worthy. Or the chick that the fake Sarah or whoever it is that dies on your
The
ship for you.
the real Sarah. It's hard
Yeah,
to
the
say.
real fake.
The companion
Sarah
quests are
that is-
actually pretty good too. They came back.
They
I
are.
like them.
They are. Sarah's is cool, except for I didn't want to adopt the kid. I wanted to leave him on the planet.
Yeah.
So that pissed me off. But I couldn't
Jesus.
romance Sarah unless I took the kid with me.
You have a problem.
Dude, she was annoying. I did like
It's
if you're
such a
annoying, I
no-
don't want you to come.
It's
with
such a
Like, we-
non-issue.
me. Like, dude, if I had the if I would have chosen the hero worshiper and I would have had the annoying follower with me, I would have killed him 5 minutes into it. Like, that would have been it.
Sean, you gotta calm down, man. It's not that
Listen,
big a
I
deal.
love Baldur's Gate because my companions are not annoying. I have not met one person that I am like, I would kill this person.
That's just because you have sex with all of them.
That is true, dude.
I definitely didn't.
Homie, I went through an evil playthrough. First fucking thing, I was like, oh, this is the best shit ever. First thing I did,
Just fuck everybody.
dude.
All right,
That scene was wild. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'll get there eventually. I'll have to do my evil playthrough. I kind of want to wait for that game to get all its patches and all its updates, but that's gonna take way too long.
It's fun.
I know, but
Like the evil playthrough is fun until you get to a certain point and you're like, I have nobody. Like I just got to the point where I was like, I have nobody with me anymore.
you don't, cause you don't need nobody, Sean.
Dude, it was sad. It was honestly sad because like I played through on like a good playthrough and I loved all my companions and friends that were in my camp, and then like
Nobody
it's
wants
just
to
the
hang out
random
with you.
people that are there.
Yep.
Yeah, no, and then it
Mhm.
just gets to a point where like everyone hates me, and I was like, man, this sucks. Like,
It
I don't
does
like
suck.
the
It's the
I've got
fucking
all these
Undertale.
dudes-
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I've got all these weird fucks in Moonrise that are like obsessed with me, but apart from that, like everyone that I want
Yeah.
to be around me is just like not there because they're dead. Like they're just dead.
Well, yeah, Sean. Being evil doesn't really create a likable personality, now does it? It's
No,
almost
it
like
doesn't.
being evil
Is evil?
And
is
also,
being
a
alone.
being a goody two shoes like Sarah Morgan also doesn't get you anywhere. So like
That's
all I'm
not
saying.
true.
Homie, Sarah Morgan pissed me off so bad.
I know
She
you
was
have.
bullshit.
I
Like,
I'm aware.
Oh,
We've
there were
had this
people where I was
discussion.
like, I don't want to throw this person in jail because like I get they effed up, but like at the same time, I don't really feel like doing that. That's a little harsh. And then she's like, you didn't arrest that person, put them under like a lifetime in jail, bury them under the system. You're a horrible person. So like,
All
fuck
right,
Sarah.
I feel like you're exaggerating a little bit, but sure.
Yes, I am. But like,
Okay.
that was basically what I was hearing whenever she would talk to me. It was just
That's
a bitchy mom. That was just like, yeah, blah, blah. Yeah, I'm done.
okay.
Starfield,
C. Mid but good.
mid. Disappointment. If it was on a
Well, do you want it to
disappointment
be
scale,
D or C?
no, if it was disappointment scale, it would be F. But like as a game, it's C. It's just mid.
Okay.
So like, I'll keep it.
Glad we've got there. All
I
right.
got it out of my system.
I'm
Thank
the
you.
only one who really played it, so System Shock Remake is a solid B. It's really good.
Good for that game.
The biggest thing about it is that it is extremely like the original in that they did not update any of it with like I'm not gonna say it like that. They didn't put any of the stuff that you would see in normal game or games released recently of like helping the player along. It is very much a game that says, "Did you pay attention? Okay, I guess not. Figure it out." Look,
Have you seen
That's
that
cool. That's your fault.
it is, which is awesome. Because so the way to actually I was thinking about how to describe it because I'm trying to think of like how to compare the thing. So the big thing with the game is that basically everybody on the Citadel, this giant space station you're on, it's called a lighthouse class space station, which I thought was really cool, is everyone on it is dead except you because Shodan, this evil AI or sapient AI at this point, was like, I'm going to turn everybody on this ship into a cyborg, so when I start my invasion of Earth, I'll have an army. So everyone's dead, so there's no one to actually call you and tell you what you're supposed to do. The only people that do call you, they call and say, you need to find this person's corpse and find their, like, their audio file so they can give you instructions. And so, you know how in Bioshock you would find audio files and they were mostly all flavor? There's a lot of flavor audio files in System Shock, but a lot of them are the instructions to the thing you're supposed to do. So if you don't know or don't realize that pretty early on, you're picking up audio files, listening to them, and just kind of moving around the ship when you should be realizing, oh, this guy's telling me I need to go find isotope 22 in research and development, then take it back down to the reactor level to shove it in, to power on the shields, to then go turn on the mining laser, which will deactivate it.
Yeah, how could you not catch on to that?
Yeah, exactly. Or when you're told, all right, you need the reactor password to get into the reactor to start the self-destruct sequence. Where is that? Well, you actually have to go through levels 1 through 6 and destroy all the CPU nodes, which will give you 1 digit of the 6-digit code you need for the reactor panel. So, I destroyed the CPU nodes on the levels, but didn't know about the code until like 15 hours into the game, and then had to go back through all the levels to find them. And it's like, you know what? This is not that bad. This is pretty fun. Inventory management is actually not that bad. Fighting enemies wasn't that bad. The only reason I put it in B, even though I like a lot of what it was doing, was the ending was not great. The final level was like kind of nothing. Like the game runs out of enemy variety pretty quickly, especially near the end. And the actual like ending sequence is I would actually relate it to like an Undertale where you can't actually like lose because the final thing is you get a call from Earth that's like, all right, you can't. Shodan was designed to be impervious to all physical damage, like the brain of it. So you have to go into cyberspace and actually like shoot a laser or something at her, whatever, to turn her off. So you go into cyberspace and you pick up a unique weapon that's only at that point, and every time you go down, you just respawn infinitely, it seems. And I don't know, that kind of drains the tension once you realize you can't actually fail, because then you just get to like mess up however many times you want, and there's no consequence to it. Even though the game doesn't really present it like that, but you know, overall, I really liked it. I hope they do System Shock 2 or make a remake of it, because the developers that actually made this own, I think, the IP now. Like they just bought it. So I hope they make a System Shock 2. All right. That's my piece. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
No problem. So, the remaster of Tales of... Oh, Jesus, what is that? It's a Tales of game. It's alright. It's a little bit more serious than other ones. But it's a pretty old game. So if you like those Tales games, then you'll probably like it. Overall, it's a shrug. It's an honorable mention. Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. Didn't play it. Don't have a Switch.
Don't have a Switch.
It's hard to put it in S or A, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
Go on.
Pretty good game.
Are you saying it's a mid?
It's a B? Or
No,
you
I
mean
said S or A.
you can't decide
Oh,
between?
you're just deciding which one.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant like I can't put it in an S or A, so it's got to be start at B. I was like,
Nah.
I was like, that's the first time I've heard people hating that game or not really liking it.
Nah, I'll put it in A.
I only put it there because I don't want to hold my mouse the whole time. If you want to put an S, I can move it.
Nah. It's pretty cool because the creativity part of it is kind of insane.
Yeah, making full working robots. Matt Mercer,
like-
your boy is Ganondorf.
Yeah. Kind of, I don't know what else to say about it. It's just
Just
a
good.
fun game. Yeah.
Well, sometimes that's all you need to
It's a
say.
video game. Yeah.
It's a video game as video game. All right, Outer
It's video
Worlds.
game, but-
The oh, sorry, Sean. What?
No, nothing. It was just a statement. You keep going.
Oh,
Keep your little game show going.
thank you. So,
Go
the
ahead and
outer
throw
the,
that
Outer
honorable
World.
mentions.
yeah, Outer Worlds, all the next gen update that came out this year,
Oh, is that what that's for?
pretty much.
And
Uh,
it was
change
terrible.
anything?
Yeah, I heard it was terrible. You had to pay for it, so I never got it, even though I owned it
Wait,
on the PS4.
what?
Yeah, it was a paid next gen update.
That
the
would have been Microsoft pushing it, right? There's no way Obsidian would do it
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
because they made the game before the.
It is
Microsoft
called
bought it.
Spacer's Choice Edition.
So it is on brand, is what you're saying.
So it is trash. Yeah.
It is trash. Well, so the thing with it is, like, I actually thought about trying to go back to it because of this update, but then I realized I have it on PS4, my PS5 doesn't have a disc tray, and I'm not buying it again. So then I just kind of shrugged and went on with my life. Because I'm not buying it again for no reason.
Oh, apparently that Spacer's Choice wasn't done by Obsidian.
Oh, that'll do it.
Oh.
That'll do it.
Well, that makes a lot of sense then.
Virtuous Studio Virtuous did it.
Fuck those guys. Bethesda, or not Bethesda. I hate Bethesda, but you know,
Jesus.
I just can't keep them off the brain.
You really can. They're living
Why the
rent free.
hell- Why the hell would Microsoft be like, all right, you guys made this incredible game?
Well, they are working
Uh,
on 2 other games. They probably don't have like the manpower to put towards a definitive edition or whatever.
CDPR's working on like 4.
Who?
Like CDPR.
Yeah, but CDPR knowingly overworks their employees.
That's true.
They don't
Uh,
care. they are actively going, you're working overtime. I don't care how you feel. Get the game out.
Listen. We deserve these games. We deserve The Witcher 4. And
No,
Cyberpunk
no,
2.
no,
I
no,
don't
no,
know
no.
what that-
We don't
but-
no, Sean, we don't deserve anything. That's the secret. We're happy with what we
I-
get.
No, I deserve it.
Jesus.
I do.
All
Let me
right.
play as Siri in The Witcher 4, and I will be happy.
All right, so
And
that's
keep
there.
me OP. Keep me OP.
You're not. You're going to lose all your powers. It's going to be like Samus. Um,
dude, I would fucking off myself.
a,
I
me- a,
wanna be
metro,
OP.
a
At least
Metroid.
Metroid Fusion, there was a reason.
Yeah,
That was one of the
A
yeah,
Metroid's
this
going
would
to
literally
show up, suck all of Siri's power out, and then you have to find.
no, it's gonna be like she goes through the portal to like go and eliminate the ice guy, and then she's like she lost everything, and it's gonna be like why?
She had to use all of her power to
Yeah,
win.
yeah, that would be terrible.
Be
If
really
that's how the
funny.
game started, I would be like, are you kidding me? Playing as Siri and having her powers was like one of the most fun parts of The Witcher 3.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, right. That's
Okay.
the 2015 game.
This
We're
is-
23. Let's keep moving.
This is called Wanted Dead.
F.
It's definitely a D. Not. It's definitely mid. I wouldn't recommend it.
You're only putting it Wanted Dead in D because it has D in the name.
That's not true.
It's an F.
It's not.
Okay,
It's-
continue.
Okay.
I've never
but
played it.
I know. I was like, what is this? I know he hasn't played this thing. So the thing with it is that it is probably the most Euro jank game of a high quality and fidelity I've played in a very long time. And I say Euro jank because all the voice actors are clearly not English speakers as a first language. They all have a weird inflection and they don't know what they're saying a lot of the time. Or the people that do sound like they have less of a weird European accent, they don't know how to pronounce certain words or like it slips out. Hold on, I have examples actually because I took notes.
Is the studio English or no?
Oh, absolutely not. There's no
So, like,
way.
even the writing is rough.
It is, and like they're trying to tell like a oh god not cyberpunk, what is it, Blade Runner esque story of like here's androids and they want to be humans or like they think they are and like maybe people are the actual villains.
So
But
they wrote Fallout 4.
no, but also and then they say okay, but also here's your character and you're like a part of this weird police squad that just goes out and does whatever, and at the end of the day you go eat ramen with your cop buddies and it's a mini game and it's a rhythm game, and then
So it's trying to be way too much.
it's trying to be way too much. Sean, you want to know how much this game is trying to be too much? The loading screen, the buffer screen between scenes is that moment.
Like that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm going somewhere. You remember that moment in the Super Hot video where they all freak out and the guy passes the camera with his hands on his face?
Yes.
It's that scene with the characters of the game replicated.
Dear God.
It is so specific. Also, because it's on PS5, that buffer screen that's like half a second. So you see some guys pass this face past the screen like instantly, and it's like was that the Super Hot moment? And it's that. God, where
That's
is it?
ridiculous.
Okay, and yeah, so I think I've told you, but an example of like the weird dialogue and they don't know what they're saying is these two characters were just like going at each other, and one of them goes, "How's it feel going down on your sister?" And the guy's response was "I'm from Wisconsin," and that's it. It's like what?
That's just funny.
This
That's not even
it
bad,
is,
it's
but
just funny.
it's bad because it's funny because it's bad.
I don't know about
Oh,
that. That's a pretty good joke.
no. Also, they make a bunch of like X-Files references. Yes. Here it is. So the word pension, a character said pension
Like Panchal,
because they're not English. It's not.
they can't pronounce it.
Yes.
That's
Also, so Yakuza has a lot of karaoke games, and the actors actually sing because they're all trained to be vocalists and to sing. This
Oh,
game,
good.
this game says you're going to sing these songs, and it's going to be terrible because you all can't sing. Hey, do you like the song 99 Red Balloons? You like the German version because that's what they sing. It's like it's so specific. It's definitely like if you want to play something like dumb and that isn't like great, but
Play Wanted Dead.
you want to have a weird time, play Wanted Dead. Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Oh my god, it's incredible in such a terrible way. So,
World of Warcraft.
nope, Warhammer,
I'm just kidding.
40K, Dark Tide.
Didn't
It's
play.
a alright game.
C? I'd put it in C. Well, yeah, well, the update with all the skill list actually did kind of bump it up for me.
Oh, from D to C. Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say C to B, but I mean,
Oh no, I see it on the list now.
are we happy with C? I'm fine with
Yeah.
C. Actually, yeah, I'm fine with C. It's a pretty mid game. The soundtrack's really great.
Yeah, that's definitely the best part.
It's definitely the best
soundtrack
part.
Slaps.
It's so crazy, and it's like such a weird sound. It's really cool. The other than that, like the combat's very remnant of the other games they've made. Just
I'm not a fan of the gameplay loop, I guess. It's kind of like, I don't know.
well, it's like if Left 4 Dead didn't have like an ending, which is kind of the problem of like there's only so many ways you can make melee combat in a Left 4 Dead style game like fun, other than by just making it harder. And you know they did some stuff with it with the skill system, like changing certain moves to being completely different, which was neat. But again, the issue is like there's no ending or like plot ending. It's just kind of you keep going and going and going, and I don't really see a point to keep playing because I'm not working towards anything. Like if the game's asking me to work towards higher loot, I don't care. So, Vermintide 2, which is the game they made before this, at least had like a plot per series of levels, so that was actually fine. But other than that, yeah, that's all it really is. All right, Witchfire, didn't play it.
Nope.
Nope.
Cool looking thing. I think it's out in early access on the Epic Game Store exclusively right now. But it looks cool. Check it out. I don't know, at some point, maybe when it goes on sale or something. This is Wolong Fallen Dynasty.
Didn't play it.
I am a known hater of Ninja Theory,
Yes, you are.
so it's a D, because I don't think the Neo games are all that great. And this is kind of just Neo, but Chinese. And that's it. That's all I really got.
I mean, they did make the amazing game DMC Devil May Cry, so
Yep. They certainly did make that, didn't they? What a shame.
Wait.
Also, no, Ninja Theory didn't make that. That's the other Ninja Studio, right?
Wolong is made by Team Ninja. Ninja Theory is the
Oh
one
my,
that made DMC Devil
you're
May
right.
Cry.
I apologize. Team Ninja. I don't like Team Ninja. Ninja. Well, maybe they should have better names. Sorry.
Fair.
I don't like Team Ninja's Neo games. Everybody likes them because of the like. So the thing with them is that Neo and Wolong has a lot of after launch support or post launch support, and it adds a lot of quality of life, but none of it really like addresses gameplay issues that I have. But the only thing people talk about is the quality of life, and I couldn't care less. And it's in the same hole. It's this.
I don't know, man. They made Dead or Alive Extreme.
That's not what we're talking about. That game has a lot of personality, all right? A lot of characters in that game have big personality. And that's really the only thing that carries that series, is characters with big personality.
You mean that?
Mm-hmm.
They have big personality.
Well, a lot of them are female. So when I say
I
big,
s-
when I say big
see.
personality,
The truth comes out eventually,
Mm.
Connor.
I felt like I was being pretty heavy-handed with it, but that's fine too.
I think he's sexist. He doesn't like guys.
That's true.
There's a couple guys in there. There aren't enough.
That you
just hate
like?
You just hate dicks.
No, they're all the
and that's
same is
fine.
the issue. Well, not they're all like two out of the three of them are the same character or fighting style. One is different, and then that's it. All right, so this is all me, and a little bit of Isaiah because he was there near the ending of it. Stasis Bone Totem.
It's a neat
Excuse
game.
me.
I kind of want to put it an S.
Oh,
Wow.
I don't know, man. I really liked it.
but did you play the first one?
No, because I didn't realize this was a series. It's the Stasis games, but this is Bone Totem.
Yeah, definitely a really cool aesthetic.
It's this is a yeah. So the thing with it is like it's a point and click game. It's a point and click adventure. But like you not finding out the actual plot till the third chapter near the end of the third chapter in a 5 chapter game is pretty interesting because it actually strings you along the whole time and it's really interesting. Some of the puzzle solutions are really weird, and I definitely wouldn't have thought to do certain things. But overall, I had a really good time with it, and it goes from like, all right, this is like a little graphic, but it's not that bad. There's some weird stuff in here, but it's okay. And then as it goes on, it goes, okay, we're getting a little bit, okay, that's a person, that's a tree of people, and it's screaming at me. Got it? Okay, okay, cool. That's a weird crying thing made of like giant hands. All right. Oh, this is a Mesoamerican Atlantis underground cave people. Wow, they're sacrificing a lot of people. Okay. Oh, okay. I'm in a baby room. Like it's wild, and it turns on its head so fast. Love it. Big S. Honorable mention: My Friendly Neighborhood. Good survival horror. It's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's pretty solid for what it is. Don't hate it. In Sound Mind, also an honorable mention. I really like it because it does a lot of things to mess with you. The main villain of the game, in one, you're kind of going through different people's traumas and you're like solving them as a psychiatrist, or solving them throughout going through their experience and what happened to them. And the villain, in the first area, you're in a grocery store, and as you round a corner, or as you're about to round a corner, he sneaks out, but like he Scooby Doo sneaks out from around the corner to scare you, with hands in front of him, kind of like in the rabbit position, and he's hiking his knees up, and he's like boo, and it got me every time because I was sprinting. It was really fun. Also, it's pretty serious, but it's good. I liked it. They baited a sequel, so I don't know how I feel about that, but it's whatever. All right, Dave the Diver.
It's a diving game.
Did anybody play it?
Yeah, it's a solid A indie game.
Okay.
Indie in quotes.
Indian quotes. Next on. They're having a Dredge crossover event, so look out for that.
Man who erased his name.
Like a Dragon Gaiden. The
Didn't play
man.
it.
I did. I beat it.
Too many like dragons.
That's not true. There's like 2. There's going to be a third one, but that's...
Is it really?
Well, yeah, the new one.
Oh, that's one that. Yeah, yeah. Never mind.
Yeah, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth.
No, but this is the new one.
And no. This is the Gaiden.
Yeah, that came out recently.
Yeah,
So it's new.
it's new enough. You're not wrong.
The other one's not new because it's not out yet.
Interesting. So
Very true.
I really liked it. You don't need to play it to understand why Kiryu is in the upcoming Like a Dragon game, not new. But if you want to understand why he has cancer, it definitely makes more sense because he's never smoked as much as he has in this game. Like in all the other games, it's like he smokes every now and again, but in this one, it's like smoking is a mechanic. Like if you go up to like an ashtray in public and smoke, you get your heat gauge back. which has never been a thing before. And he smokes all the time. It's like, got it. He's gonna. Okay, I understand why he has cancer now. Cool.
Oh,
It's like, all right, this makes sense. It actually has a reason. It is, but it does. So at the end of Yakuza 6, the Song of Life, they Kiryu gets involved in this big government conspiracy and is approached by the government and the hospital and is just like, here's like 1 billion yen, don't talk, but we'll be watching, but don't talk. And he's like, you know what, I got a better idea, I will die for you. And they're like, wait, what's going on here? And like, I will completely walk out of the people in my life. I will walk away from it as long as you kind of just take care of my orphanage for me. Just pay, throw some money that way. No biggie. I'll work for you, and we're good. And then and I'm gonna say Yakuza 7 because I think that's when the Like a Dragon stuff happens. Kiryu shows up again, and it's like, that's kind of weird. You're not supposed to show up. You're literally supposed to be dead right now, but whatever. And then this game answers all that, and that's really great. And then the ending happens, and I cried a little bit because it's really sad. And I've never seen Kiryu cry harder, which made me cry. And they gave him like the really ugly crying face, like when you're like super for real snot running down your nose. It's like, oh, Kiryu loves his orphanage, and he loves his orphans so much. It's really touching, and I really liked it. But it's a B, just because like it's an in-between game. You don't really need to play it. The combat's not the greatest thing in the world, but the plot's pretty interesting. Overall, it's pretty good. This is also a me game because I'm the only one who's played it. Lunacid just came out of early access this year. It is a throwback to, God, the old FromSoft games on the PS2. Eternal Ring, I think? Yes, I think those are the ones. Anyway, it's a first-person, just, dungeon crawling type thing. It's really goofy. Sometimes.
Kingsfield.
Yes, Kingsfield. God, why do I keep saying Eternal Ring? That's the other one. Yes, Kingsfield is what it's throwing back to, though. And it's a pretty fun little, like, dungeon crawling / adventure thing. A lot of interesting characters. It actually, I have some notes about it. It actually takes stuff from a lot of other games as well. The ending is also kind of similar to, or not ending, but the final boss fight is really reminiscent of Undertale, where it's literally your health is going down, but it doesn't matter. Which again, I don't know how I feel about. Let's see here.
Yeah, it's only for one fight, but
yeah, but it's just like you can't lose it. Which at the same time, though, I understand why they wouldn't want you to lose that fight, because it's like this big cutscene where everybody shows up to help you win, and you're giving the character throws you like the plot sword, and then it's like them all going, "You can do it," and it's like if you lost there, it would be really anticlimactic because you would walk back into the room and just do it again. So I understand it. And the big thing is like there's like 5 endings. It's very near or Drakengard where there's endings A to E. And the true ending is you got to do a bunch of like weird side stuff, find a white VHS tape and watch it and kind of understand that this thing that you're going to wake up is some weird eldritch horror that's been asleep. But is it dreaming? And are you the dream or part of the dream? What happens when it wakes up? Do you go to sleep? What do you dream about? It's like, it's kind of, really open-ended. But the true ending E, is you have a music fight with it, which is extremely Drakengard. But the song's good. And I will say, it has some killer lines when you watch this white VHS tape that gives you the true ending. Text appears on screen that goes, "In the dream, wake it up, then wake up God, then wake up it's God, and everything." It's like, okay, wait a second, I'm getting a little hype. I want to do that. It's fun, but it's definitely a B. It's a really specific kind of game that you got to be into. And the steps to get the real ending is also just like you have to go like you have to go kill death and then take its scythe and then like upgrade it to get to reawake death. I don't know. It's really strange. Solid B. So Isaiah, how do you feel about Age of Wonders?
Pretty cool, I guess. Why is that on here?
Because it came out this year.
It did?
Did what, Age of Wonders 4?
I didn't even know that.
Yeah. I put it on this list because you and Justin played it, and it's like, yeah, they'll probably have something to say. Or one of them might
Yeah,
have
it's
something.
pretty cool.
All
It's
right.
a fantasy Civ game. The combat, as you saw, is kind of...
Combat's definitely the biggest problem with that thing. Past
Yeah.
that, it's really cool.
Yeah.
So, Sean,
It's a shame if you want to auto battle every fight.
and then lose really bad. You're like, oh, god damn it.
Yeah, but that's not worth playing.
Yeah. So, C, B, A,
Yeah, I'll put it in B.
B.
Concepts are really cool.
So, Sean, you ever play a Civ game before?
Civilization?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Imagine Civilization, but whenever units get into a fight, you can control it kind of like a top-down game,
Like XCOM.
like XCOM.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Well,
It
okay.
is until it's 18 versus 18.
It is okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
but
yeah,
imagine you've
I get that.
merged your 20 units together against 20 other units, and they all have to move.
Oh, that's hell.
There
Yeah,
you go.
that's hell. Okay, I understand now.
All right. So, Golden Light, honorable mention, came out in early access. I think it came out this year, but I think it's been out long enough to be an honorable mention. It's really neat. It's really weird and really creepy. Also has co-op now, so that's pretty neat. This is another me game. Trepang 2. Or Trepang Squared, whichever. Solid B.
It's just trepang.
It really should be. It's it's a cool little just first person shooter, kind of reminiscent of the old Fear games. More
Okay.
specifically, I think 2. More 2 than 3 and 1. And it's fun. It's definitely like goofy, and it's just a good shooter. That's really like because that's all it really does or tries to do. It does a little weird thing that I don't know how I feel about it involving like it has some SCP style stuff in it. But that's only like one mission of like here's this weird mirror that we found and it has its own power source and like I don't know, it's weird. But also it teleports you into the back room, like the public knowledge back room with the white walls and or the yellow
Yeah.
walls and everything. I found that was really weird because it felt like the developers were like, "Oh man, the back room's so cool. What if we used it?" It's like maybe I don't know. That feels weird. Overall, B. The true ending's really easy to get, but I goofed and didn't find one drone to talk to me, so I didn't get it. And I don't know. I didn't really feel like I needed to look it up, so I just kind of left it. All right. World of Horror came out this
I
year.
was
this
not gonna
It-
guess what that name of the game was.
Yeah, don't worry. That's very much if you don't know what that's called, you're not gonna know what that is.
I was like, let me just try to take a stab at what this is gonna be. It's gonna be like the house in the village or something. I had no
You're
idea.
pretty close.
You're not.
Yeah.
You're pretty close. Yeah.
It wasn't terrible, but like I was like, what is this?
So World of Horror came out of early access this year, full release 1.0 in October. I kind of want to put it in C. It's a really good. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in C because it's good. It's a little better than mid, but it's definitely not B. Mainly because like the concept is just. I like the concept a lot. Is the big thing. Like here's your character, here's your stats, and your character is investigating these weird occurrences in your small town, and they're all like horror based, and they're their own little mystery to solve. And it's hard. It's definitely hard if you're playing on like the standard difficulty, because combat with eldritch beings would be difficult.
I'll be right back.
All good. But you've played it a little bit, right? Or watched Justin
No,
play
but
it?
I'm pretty. I do like watching it.
Yeah, it's interesting for sure. It's just
Just like
the
CDDA.
yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
Stick to watching.
Well, I know what you mean for sure. I definitely enjoy playing this more than I enjoy playing CDDA.
That makes sense. It's more of a video game.
It's definitely more video game, and it's a little bit clearer, and it's definitely a more streamlined experience for sure. Though it certainly feels weird of like to get the so every mission has multiple endings, but to get like the quote unquote actual ending to know what's really going on with that little mystery, the game is like go to this place 2 times and you'll find a thing that relates to the mystery. And it's not difficult to do at all. And like the combat you would encounter there isn't that bad, but it also can make combat really difficult at the ending of some of them. So it's a little like, you know, if you don't want to see that ending, just ignore it, but it's really hard to ignore because you get XP bonus for doing it, and it's really simple. It's a little strange. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Overall, though, it's a C because I think past the mysteries themselves, I don't know how it relates to an overall plot. I think I just need to play more of it and actually get to the ending multiple times. We can wait for Sean to come back for Call of Duty.
I'm here.
Never mind. He heard Call of Duty and came back.
I
The C
came back
tier.
as soon as I heard it.
All right, where do you want to put Call of Duty? Modern Warfare
C
3.
tier?
C.
Okay, see.
C? I'm
Yeah.
thinking low. I'm thinking lower.
Multiplayer is actually pretty good.
Multiplayer's fun.
But-
It's good to see the old
Oh,
maps return. It's
the zombies
better
are
than
okay
last
also.
year. The zombies are okay. People actually seem to enjoy open world zombies, which was shocking to me. I thought that people were gonna be like, screw that. This is a pile of dog shit. Campaign was bullshit.
That's why I don't play COD campaign.
All right.
Way too short. So like the game all in one, it's a D tier. Honestly, I really do think this is a D tier Call of Duty. This thing should have stayed as a simple expansion for like 20, $30, yet they wanted to make it a full-fledged game, and they failed. So it deserves to be D tier. Because fuck Activision.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so can you explain to me like all the issues with the story mode because I don't know.
Number one, it was way too short.
What does too short mean?
It was like
Like a couple hours, right?
Like 2?
yeah, it was nothing, dude. It was like 7 missions. It was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Oh, is it really that
Where
short?
normally they're like 13, 14, 15, yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Missions
the
all you
original
need
being
is
pretty long.
expansive story. Yeah. This one was like nothing. They
Okay.
kill off the characters. So they kill Soap. Okay, I'm just gonna put that out there for you. They kill Soap. In the most unsatisfactory way I've ever seen in my life. Like he just dies and no one gives a fuck. Like in the original, when Soap dies in Modern Warfare 3, it is a heartbreaking like moment. Great voice acting, animation, and then shit goes down after that. And this one, he just kind of dies, and then everyone's like, "Let's keep moving," and you're like, "What the fuck?" He was just like a side character. So, don't enjoy it there.
Okay.
The missions really weren't all that interesting, to be honest with you. I just don't care for COD campaigns anymore. Like I really don't. They're just not as interesting as they once were.
That kind of sucks.
the open world missions didn't really feel like open world missions.
There's open world missions.
Yeah, there's like different routes you can take to it. It's not so linear on a couple of them, but it just feels like some bullshit. So I just kind of ignored them.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just not good all around. So like as a story, it's F. Like campaign was an F. Multiplayer's like a C, maybe. The spawns are still broken in the game. They're terrible. It just feels like MW2 but with slide canceling, which I guess is what people wanted, and it's better than MW2, but like it's not that much better. It still is a dog shit Call of Duty.
Okay.
Another year of this shit. So
And you still bought it.
not worth $70. If it was an expansion, I'd be way less harsh on it, but it is released as a full-fledged AAA title.
That's fair.
It's just not good.
Yeah, okay. Isaiah, thoughts? Mr. All
Yeah, it's the
36
same.
guns?
Yeah, I have Interstellar, but you know, it's
Dude.
whatever.
Dude, nobody talked to me about the amount of fucking attachments and guns in this stupid game, dude. Holy shit. Man.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
Take me back to Pick 10. Pick 10 system, right?
Oh,
Your
Black Ops
class-
2 was so fucking good. Oh
yes.
my god.
They had it for so long, Pick 10. Pick 10 was even in Black Ops 4, and it was amazing.
I'm
And
sorry,
then
I don't know. What's that?
fucking- Pick 10 system was a create a class system where you pick 10 like pieces of a class to it. That included perks,
Everything
attachments,
had the same value.
guns. Yeah, everything had the same value. Everything was worth 1.
Oh.
Okay, is a pick 10 system, which I wasn't mad when they went back to the original system of like gun,
5 attachments.
yeah, gun secondary, 3 perks, all that
perks.
kind of stuff.
Modern
when it
Warfare
was, like-
2, right?
2019.
2019. I was like, okay, cool.
Huh.
Yeah, Modern Warfare 2,
But then-
original. and
Sorry, yeah,
5.
because that's all I, because I don't remember a lot of them. I kind of remember
I
that.
wanted it to go back to like MW3, MW2, original Black Ops, like all that kind of stuff. I was like, that's fine.
Hmm.
And then they're like, here's this new system called the Gunsmith system.
Okay.
Yeah, I
went, oh.
honestly don't like that.
Oh, this could be interesting, right? No, it's not. Because when I load up Modern Warfare 3 and I want to put a front grip on my gun,
Okay.
I have to scroll through 35 different fucking grips to find the one that I want. Who
Okay.
the fuck needs 35 grips? Dude, there's a gun, the TAC that was in the game last year, Modern Warfare 2. There is
Hold
like
on, I gotta pull up the
100
faces for
and-
this.
there's
Go
a
ahead.
197 fucking attachments on this stupid gun.
I
dude.
knew his hands were moving, even though I couldn't see.
197 attachments you can put on this fucking gun.
That's
Dude,
really
give
funny.
me back to where it's 3 like I just want stock, red dot, grip, fast mag, like that's it. Silencer if you want on it,
Oops, I should do this.
long barrel, like keep it at that. I don't need like 30
Ugh.
different kinds of long barrel.
That's really funny.
I just don't. I mean, are you in agreement with me here?
That, I mean, I don't know. Like,
I'm
okay.
talking to the person who actually plays
Yeah,
Connor.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Like, I'm gonna talk to him, not you, Connor. You just melee. You run around. If there's melee weapons, you're good. So like,
You're not wrong.
There's dual
melee weapons and
Kodachis you can play.
shotguns.
I like
There is,
shotguns, Sean, but there's
Melee and shotguns. That's where you're falling in. But
That's what I do, baby. I will say, I don't mind a lot of like attachments in a game. Like Isaiah and I have played a game called SCP-5K, and there's like a fair amount of attachments in that.
There's
but
not
it's,
nearly as
it's
close
definitely not
to as
crazy.
many.
yeah.
There's like 25 red dots in COD.
What?
Why?
Yeah,
Why you have
wait.
25
Wow.
one times sites?
yes, and then all of a sudden, yes,
Do
And
they
then
all?
there's like 10, 15 2 times, and
Oh,
then
yeah.
there's like
and then add 2 times, then add the 4 times, then add the variable zoom ones, and then add multiple variable zoom ones.
and the
add
thermal
multiple
variable
thermal
zoom
sights.
hybrid.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Do the different? Do they all like?
They all
change-
do something slightly different to the gun, and there's
Okay.
a chart that will show
The
you. it.
sites don't though.
But it's
They have like a
bullshit.
different picture maybe.
Oh,
all just-
okay.
It's all just bullshit. There's no fucking point, man. Like, there's like 2 or 3 viable attachments in every single category, but I have to scroll through fucking 40 of them.
I
And I
feel
have to
like
You
unlock
could favorite them, but yeah, I still
I have
agree.
to, yeah, I have to unlock certain attachments to then unlock other ones. Like the way I unlock attachments is by leveling up a gun that I will never fucking use. Why do I have to level up a shotgun to unlock a fucking red dot in the game? Like, who the fuck made this system? Fuck Infinity Ward. I like literally the dumbest devs on the face of the planet, man. They will never see this, but like I hope that they know they are fucking idiots and they should stop making Call of Duties.
Okay.
Really, Sledgehammer should break off. Sledgehammer and Treyarch should break away from
Dude,
Activision and start making their own games.
If I had a 3-year cycle and Call of Duty released every 3 years and it was just Treyarch making games with Sledgehammer adding maps and bullshit into it, it would be the perfect system. But no,
Yeah.
we gotta bring on our stupid little brother, Infinity Ward, because they
we
made
made Modern Warfare 2, guys. Remember?
yeah because we made a good game, but like over a decade ago. We made good games over a decade ago.
To be
Like
fair,
us.
most of them
No.
left to go make Titanfall. So
Exactly. It's like not even the good
And that's
ones.
dead, so that's.
And then they left that one and they went to go play fucking or make X Defiant as well, which is 10 times better than any fucking COD game in the past 5 years.
yeah, I'm actually
That's
gonna play
Cold
X
War.
Defiant when it
And,
comes out.
and then the
That's
finals
actually
happen.
so much fun. Yeah, and then the finals. Like, why do you even play COD anymore? It's just because it's called Call of Duty. If it was not called Call of Duty and you literally load up a game called Modern Warfare and play this game, you would say it's dog shit and it would never sell anything.
Yeah, this definitely feels like a name thing at a certain point, just brand
It is.
recognition.
It's legit just the name. Not to mention, then Activision ruins the Call of Duty League, which I am fucking watching. Like, they ruined the goddamn Call of Duty League completely because, oh yeah, teams, you want to buy into our franchise spot? Pay $40 million fucking dollars to come and join to have one team in there. So you end up with 12 teams, a $500 million league, and you can't fucking figure out that you should probably stream on Twitch because your viewership's 4 times as high on there? Like, dude, Activision, I hate Activision so much. Oh my god, sorry.
Okay, let's so that's Call of Duty. That's why it's
You
in
started
D
talking
tier.
about COD, they ruined my game that I've been playing since I was like
They
8 years
ruined
old,
my
dude.
game.
Like, they've ruined it. I've been playing Call of Duty since I could fucking hold a controller, and like they've ruined it.
Okay.
Fuck those guys.
So, Sonic Frontiers, where's that going?
That's like a C tier.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Not B?
Only because of the music.
Oh, okay. Pretty mid overall
It's,
though.
the gameplay is pretty whatever.
Hmm.
Don't let your love for Sonic get in the way of like accurately reviewing this game, okay?
You're saying it should be lower? See, Sean, I didn't even play this one.
No, you were just scared. Oh, never mind then. So ignore him.
Like, I love Sonic, but like,
Ignore
I
him.
didn't buy it because I don't
didn't
know.
know
It's a.
didn't buy
I think
it.
the best part about the game are the arcade style levels.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you know what I'm talking
Oh,
about.
I know
But
you're
the
talking
open world part of it is kind of ass.
Because there's like it's
The
just
the
yeah.
boss fights and the music is good, and then those arcade levels are good, but a
And-
majority of the game is not good.
Yeah, it's
And the
prob-
story goes Evangelion, so
Yeah,
for some reason,
I will say it's probably like.
it's a good base though. It's a really good base.
I
if
hope-
they want to
yeah.
expand on this.
I hope they actually stick with this because Sonic's one of those franchises that's like kind of like Call of Duty a little bit, where every year it's a different game, and it's like, guys, kind of just hone in on something here. And I don't know, from what I've heard, this one seems really good, so I really hope they actually like stick with what they got and kind of keep going and making that better.
Yeah, I think they can really make this has potential.
This has potential. So, Lethal Company did not come out this year, but is an honorable mention because it has because of
Where
its
would you put it?
well,
I want to know where you would actually put it. Because I think, honestly, I haven't even played the game. I've just watched it. It's S tier, like, in terms of content.
well, yeah, but like that's
It's like
I don't know which-
content creators heaven.
it definitely
I don't know if it's
is.
S tier to play, because
No.
there's a huge difference, right?
Yeah.
But, like, S tier watching. Like, that game is so much fun to watch.
I think it has a really strong appeal at the beginning and the middle of when you're playing it. Like you play it like 1 to 3 times, maybe 4. It's like, okay, this is still really fun. And then you get to like 5 to 8 sessions of
Really?
different times, and it's kind of like, well, it can always be really different, and the fun of it is definitely being murdered by all the different monsters and stuff. But that also kind of detracts from like being able to actually play the game, if that makes sense.
The game's already unbeatable to begin with.
Yeah, like it wasn't the game isn't made to be beaten, and that makes it kind of suck because you can't ever like get anywhere meaningfully. You can
Well,
just
they want
get
to be sandboxy. It's kind of like Minecraft, where like you can beat it, but you can't beat
no,
it.
yeah, but like that's why I don't want to rank it because I don't think it's anywhere close to having everything it's going to have. And
I see what you mean.
I don't think it'd be fair to put it anywhere because who knows where it's actually going to go. Literally came out like what a couple months
2 months
ago.
ago,
Yeah, like 2 months,
less than 2 months ago. Yeah.
and it's just all the streamers and everybody who've been playing it have kicked up its reputation on Steam, and it's I'm really happy that that dev is like successful off of this one thing. I'm just
Super
curious.
viral.
Yeah, I just hope it has the legs and he has the time to add more content quickly enough to actually sustain it. I hope it
If
isn't
makes
really just a
money, you
viral
can
hit.
bring on more people.
Yeah, I don't know if he needs more people though, so much as he might just need more ideas.
That's actually a fair point.
Yeah, like I don't think this thing is so complicated that he needs more people. He might need more people to test. He might just need testers and then just like take the money, develop, keep going and going and going.
I mean, it's tough to come up with like different enemies. Like it's
Mhm.
not easy, especially not to like repeat them. Like you look at a lot of games, they're really good games that just have very repeatable.
Well, the biggest issue is
Repetitive.
like you have to kind of think of like the game is not meant to be played alone, and it's meant to be played with in-game voice. So you kind of have to
Yep.
use monsters that are in some way going to play off that. So and also like having specific solutions to them. So like the latch bug, the one that comes falls off the ceiling and like goes around your head. The way to get that off is to have someone else hit you with a shovel or a stop sign or something.
I learned if you actually manage to get outside, it doesn't stay with you, which I think is
Oh,
a bug less than a like.
feature.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fair. But
yeah.
making
I'll
it
be back.
outside one of those things is really difficult. But that's more of what I mean of like there's that thing, there's the coil head, which is a weeping angel, so you have to stare at it or it moves. And like there's only so many enemies that you can kind of draw from before you really have to start just thinking up your own stuff. Or just turning something big. Like there's a spider and it's just a big spider and that's the enemy. So I just hope it stays creative and adds more environments to it more than anything. And then last but not least, I'm pretty sure I added more stuff to this list, but
Twitch.
I don't think it's
By the way,
saved. Uh-huh.
by the way, Team Twitch just choked a 1v4 in dodgeball against Team Kick.
Wait, what happened?
Ludwig, what Ludwig's doing is like creator dodgeball tournament,
I didn't know that
and
was
it's
a
Team
thing.
Kick. Yes, Team Kick versus Team Twitch. Twitch has the CEO of Twitch playing in this. Or
Wow,
he's playing dodgeball.
that's weird.
But yeah, they were had a one. They were 4v1 and they lost.
Wait, that's that's so wild. How do you lose that?
They were standing in a line, and the guy just threw like 3 straight shots, and just went 1-2, and then got into a 2v1. The guy tried to catch it, dropped it, and then he's left in a 1v1.
That's
And like she just lost. Yeah, she tried rolling him the ball and then just catching it, and it did not work. So
wow. That's a shame.
yeah,
All right, so slay the princess.
sorry, continue.
No, it's the last thing on here. I thought I added more, but I don't think it's saved.
What do you want to add?
No, I mean nothing of great value.
Just pretend you're like clump of games. You're like basically whatever that thing is down there that you have.
Well,
Just
hold on.
pretend that's the game that
Well,
you
let
want
me
to add.
let me go through Slay the Princess real fast. So,
Sorry, yes.
Slay the Princess is entirely a visual novel, and its whole thing is you start on a path to a cabin where a princess is, and the narrator is telling you you need to get in there and you need to stab her. You need to kill her. You gotta take care of that. But you can talk with the narrator, and that's its own thing. And, it's a fun little thing. Wow, I have a lot more notes in here. Wow. Huh. Alright, well then we'll talk about that later. But yeah, Slay the Princess is just, it's really well written. It's really good. The ending is really interesting. It becomes an Eldritch horror thing really quickly. Or not really quickly, but near the end. And the permutations of the princess you can encounter, some of them you can only see if you make certain dialogue decisions contextually. Like when you walk into the cabin, there's the knife, and you can pick it up. And one of them, some of the options are like, I'll pick it up for safety, or I'll pick it up to do the job, or I'll silently pick it up. And those options, when you walk downstairs, can lead to permutations of the princess you wouldn't see otherwise.
So it's very like
There's so many. There's just
every decision, every little decision or action you make, like, has an effect somewhere.
not every. When you look at like an achievement guide for this thing, it's not every decision, but there is a lot. There's a lot. I have like half of them, I think. And it took. You can get through it pretty quick once you kind of know what you're looking for.
Okay.
Let me see. Yeah, I have 47 out of 97, so I'm pretty close to halfway. Or, yeah, a little halfway. It's good. It's really great. I'd recommend it. It's like $20. Pretty. It has the length to actually deserve the money. You could definitely play it for long enough to justify $20. I think
Okay.
I have 5.1 hours, and I could probably milk the other 5 to get to 10 if I try to go for the other achievements, but I don't really need to.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, there's actually a fair amount of notes on here that I don't have a title. That's interesting. I thought I saved it. Anyway, so I wonder if I try to add right now. Do I actually have? Oh, yeah, there it is.
If you click choose files, your porn might pop up.
It's not gonna pop up. Don't worry.
You have it hidden.
I don't do that on my computer. It's on my phone.
Lords of the Fallen.
There it is. So Lords of the Fallen. I think actually I have to can pick them all at a time. So Lords of the Fallen. Let's see if they're actually here. Oops. It's. Let's see, Spawn Jumps there twice. Redfall or 4 Payday. I don't see. So Lords of the Fallen. I don't have book on here, do I? I do not have Bookwalker. And I do not see Jasant. Nope. Okay. And I don't see War Tales or Dungeons 4. Or that thing. I know I didn't add that one though, so that's fine. Yeah, okay. Let's see here. So let's go over the ones that actually aren't on here real fast because I don't feel like going and looking for those images. I played a thing called Rebel Cop. Oh, I don't have Rebel Cop on here. Oh, all right. That sucks. There's no way. I'm upset now. I have made a poor list, and I do not like that.
Oh.
I don't have RoboCop. I didn't put RoboCop on here.
Oh my God, Sip.
Honestly, it's fine.
No,
Sure.
no, the guy that plays COD. Is
Oh.
not a simp.
God damn.
He just like dropped a 3-piece right at the end.
All right. So if RoboCop was on this list, it would definitely be. It'd definitely be B. It's definitely like a little bit above mid, because they actually got Peter Weller. So congrats. Glad to see that man making money. And it's also just a lot more fun because, so kind of at the beginning of the game when you just have like the pistol and you're shooting it, it's like, okay, this is a fine weapon, but it's not the most interesting thing in the world. But eventually, you get the ability to upgrade it with certain things. So, like that clip I showed you, at the end of the game, my pistol was quote unquote belt fed. So that means it had infinite ammo and I never needed to reload it, and
Okay.
it was fully automatic. So it was really goofy to just hold down the trigger and never stop.
It
And
would
boy,
be fun.
it was really fun. And also the way they tie in the movies into the game. So I think this game takes place somewhere between RoboCop 2 and 3 because and I was not ready for this. Near the end of the game when this guy from OCP is like, "All right, uh I am going to replace RoboCop with my robots. I'm going to put him out on the street and they're remote controlled and we don't need RoboCop anymore. I'm gonna be the new face of OCP.
Hmm.
I've got this. That goes badly, and you go around, you save everybody, you do the final mission, and you get the bad guy, you kill him, and then you go
Okay.
back to OCP, and it's like, guys, for some reason this something is attacking the OCP tower. It's going after the new chairman. We got to go stop it, and it is RoboCop 2, the villain from the game, which is this giant monstrosity robot that they made.
Okay.
But the inside of it are the person in it, not in it, but like their brain is the old chairman. And it's like I was not ready to fight RoboCop 2 in this game. I didn't even I don't even know why they made a model of RoboCop 2. Just wild. And at the very end you get the Cobra gun, which is a big callback. They actually somehow work in a line. So in the first RoboCop movie, God, what's his name? I don't know the actor's name, but the guy from that '70s show, Red Foreman,
Okay. I
the
don't know his name.
yeah,
I have no idea.
the actor, he has a line in the first RoboCop movie that's he just walks into a room with a gun and just goes, "Bitches leave," and these ladies just run out the room. But in this, it's the
Kurtwood Smith.
yeah, honestly, it's actually the reverse in this game where the guy who gets promoted to chairman of OCP goes, "Bitches come," and then like these ladies just walk into the room, and it's definitely I think it was made by a bunch of European developers, but they definitely loved that movie series, and it's really fun. It's a
Let's
definitely
talk.
solid game.
Let's do this one right here. All right.
Go on,
This is what we're gonna talk about to wrap it all up, right? Because we talk about
wrap it up.
because we know Baldur's Gate 3,
Right,
right, is its own game.
correct.
With it I want to know. I'm looking for upcoming games,
Oh,
right,
okay,
coming out next year. 2024 games. I don't care for all of them, and I'm trying to find a list that doesn't have like 10,000 of them.
correct.
You know, I want like hyped up games for 2024. Which ones do we think are going to be A, S, or Baldur's Gate 3 level? I don't think anything will be Baldur's Gate 3 level because that's game of the decade.
Right.
But will anything be S or A? Which games are you looking forward to be S or A?
From are you? I thought you were gonna. Are you gonna read off a list or like what do you?
What's going on? What do you?
I don't
I'm
know.
trying to find a
Sh-
good list.
Sean's confusing
It's
me right now.
tough. I'm saying which games, right? Since we're basically done here, which
Well,
games do we think are going to be S or A tier that are releasing next year? Not later this year, next year.
uh,
2024. Take
Dragon
us
Drag
an
Age.
A tier.
Dragon's Dogma 2.
Dragon's Dogma. Boom. That's a good. That's. I think that'll be S. Avowed.
Ooh,
I'm seeing Avowed on there.
ooh, that'd be really
But
good.
do we think they can pull it off?
I think so.
You do.
Yeah, I think it'll be good.
One, Earth Defense Force 6.
That's gonna be
on
good.
here.
That's gonna be up there.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Nah.
You shut your mouth. Oh, Helldivers 2. That's gonna be good.
Is that one?
Black
Oh,
Myth
it's probably-
Wukong.
Black Myth Wukong. Yep.
Final
yeah.
Fantasy Rebirth.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
There's gonna be a lot of good games next year.
there's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game that is unnamed. That is supposed to come out next year, I guess.
Oh, I think it's the Ronin one. It's the one where you're playing as Leonardo, but the other turtles are dead.
What?
Oh yeah, that's
Interesting.
a plot line in one of the comics. Is all the turtles
Star
die.
Wars, Star Wars Outlaws. Do you think that one's gonna be good? Or do you think they're gonna fuck it up?
They're probably
It's
gonna
be
fuck it
soft.
up. They're probably
It's
gonna
gonna
get
be
it. Make it
soft.
be good.
And then what else is on here? Oh, South Park Snow Day.
I don't know. That thing looks weird.
I'm interested in it though.
It's
think
weird that it's like co-op. It is 3D.
Luigi's Mansion 2.
What?
That's just I'm reading them off.
That must be
Hearts
like a
Missing-
remake.
Oh, that's iOS and Android.
Ugh.
Oh, it's just for the Switch. It's just coming to the Switch.
Yeah, it's just a remake.
Yeah. Just a couple of them. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. We get a Earth upgrade.
Okay, all right, Sean. You keep reading that. I'm gonna finish the two things that aren't on here that I don't have pictures of that I should have added or forgot to add.
I
So
was wondering where Lords of the
Arc
Fallen
2?
was.
it's right here. I just added it if for some reason it wasn't here.
It
They're making
didn't have to
another-
be there.
It
I
really
didn't know they're
doesn't.
making another Arc.
Yes.
Yeah, it had Vin Diesel.
Yeah, he was the promo guy.
Oh, that's right. Yes. Okay. Never mind. I do know. Wait,
Eh.
Destiny. Oh my God, dude.
Sean, let me finish. Let me finish the.
I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm sorry.
So
You're right.
there's
you're
two other games that don't have pictures that are fine. There's one called Bookwalker, which has a really neat concept of you going into stories and then stealing the plot items out of them to be used in real life. It's really neat, and it seems pretty short, but like I just kind of did the first mission, kind of went from there, but I like it a lot. It seems really simple. There's like a weird turn-based combat kind of, but overall, it's a pretty fun little romp. If anything, where I'm at right now, it's like a C, because it's not the most intuitive thing in the world, but it's fun enough. There's one called Jusant, which is a game about rock climbing, but like in a fantasy, or not in a fantasy world, but like it seems kind of like post-apocalyptic, but the post-apocalypse of this world is that the water's all gone, and you're climbing to the top of this giant like rock spire that used to be a town for undisclosed reasons. Don't really know yet. It's kind of like a Limbo where nobody talks, but you're kind of like getting context clues to what happened, and you're finding notes about like what people were like and how they kind of lived before they all kind of disappeared. It's not bad. It's just a little rock climbing game. It's pretty relaxing. There's nothing like serious about it, but
Wait,
I'd also
wait.
I'd also put it in C because it's kind of shrug.
Wait a second here.
What?
I just read this as an upcoming game. They're making The Last of Us Part 2 remastered. Didn't that game come out like a year ago?
Sean, we got to move
I
past
think it
that.
came out in 2020, 2021.
It came out.
Yeah, but 3 years for a remaster?
I
Like,
know.
What are they remastering?
I know.
What are you doing with it?
Sean, you're at the same place I was when they announced the Last of Us 1 remaster, and I was like, what are you
Yeah,
talking about?
Yeah, but The Last of Us 1 remaster came out like a decade after the game came out or something. Like,
I
it
don't
was
think
it was
that's
a good
true.
bit.
No, it wasn't.
Maybe not that long.
It definitely wasn't
Was
that
it-
long.
What are they doing? Do they have one thing at Naughty Dog that they can do, and that's all that?
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Yes.
they
Read
should go
that
back
word
to the
for-
Jack series.
Yeah.
Just
Or-
something.
Or
Give me
Sly
Jack
Cooper.
X2.
Just make
anything.
something interesting.
Yeah. Naughty Dog. Anyway, Lords of the Fallen. God, I want to put it in E so bad. But
Then do
I don't think that's true. I think it's D. I think it's a really flawed experience, and I wouldn't recommend it. But I don't think it's as bad as Forspoken or Lightfall. It's just the weapons aren't interesting. The only being able to read lore if your magic stat in evil or good is high enough is really annoying. Because I ignored those stats and only went strength the entire game, so I never got to like read into anything. the plot is kind of nonsensical until like the end when you get a plot dump while avoiding like ads in the fight. Like the final boss is all ads and you're avoiding projectiles the whole time while the boss is talking to you and telling you what happened. And it's really annoying because I just want to sit there and listen and I can't because I'm being accosted by ads. And like the dilemma or the moral conundrum of the plot only presents itself at the end when the boss is explaining things at you, but by that point you would have already kind of made your moral decision. And like the way the game determines what ending you get is like there's these four beams of light, and if you cleanse one beam, you have locked yourself into one of the endings, and there's nothing you can do to change it. You can't uncleanse a beam. So when you get to the end of the game and the big thing tells you this is really what's happening, it's too late. Like you have no context for anything until you've already beaten the game. And it's like, go to New Game Plus. And it's like, I don't want to play this in New Game Plus. I didn't enjoy my time here the first time. And some of the bosses look cooler than their fight actually allows them to be. Again, there's another boss that's a giant crow monster, but it doesn't fight you. You're fighting a ghost. And by fighting a ghost, I mean you hit it once, and then a bunch of ads show up, and then you beat the ads, and then you dodge some projectiles from the big crow monster, and then you hit the ghost. And it's not fun. I have more feelings about it, but that's the gist of it, and I'm not going to go into too deep on like the other world that the game forces you to interact with. But overall, that's my feelings. If we're good, I would like to end the stream because I need to go to the bathroom pretty bad. And I think
You haven't pissed at all?
no. Well, I
You
mean,
did pee.
I did, but I've been drinking
Like
water.
now? You tiny bladder having motherfucker.
I drink a lot of water, Sean, so my liver crushes whenever I put liquid in me. It's like, yep, just get it out. All right, but you know, I don't think is any there like closing thoughts anybody has.
What do we think of Baldur's Gate 3?
It's pretty good.
What don't I think of Baldur's Gate 3?
What do we think that any game in the foreseeable future will be as good as that game?
I think
Seven Rebirth.
I think Dragon's Dogma 2 is going to be up there for me, the way I like the first one.
I am excited to play that one. Yes.
Well, like I liked the first one so much, even though it was like super kind of mid when you play it long enough. So I think them getting to actually work on it for as long as they want. Because from my understanding, the second one is basically what they wanted to do with the first one, but they had to cut for so much time on the first game they didn't get to do what they wanted.
Right.
So I think that's just what this game's gonna be. So I'm excited to see like their full vision. Plus,
I just wonder
plus they get to
if, like-
pull in what they want from the MMO.
Oh, true.
There was a Japanese exclusive MMO, and there's a bunch of stuff added in that. That's probably gonna come over as well.
I just wonder if I'll ever be able to enjoy video games again now that I've played Baldur's Gate.
Oh well, yeah. Just what? Calm down. It's not that big a
Every
deal.
every time I play it, let's be more specific. Anytime I play an RPG, I'll be like, is it Baldur's Gate? And if it's just not, like, I'm gonna be like, disappointment.
You're crazy, and you need to tailor your expectations.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Connor, because I played Cyberpunk and enjoyed the fuck out of it, even after playing it.
Yeah, but you could have enjoyed it more, couldn't you?
Cyberpunk? I enjoyed the shit out of Cyberpunk. And now we're moving to UE5 for the upcoming CDPR projects. Like, psh, come on now.
It's fucking over for the gaming industry.
It is. Once they figure out how to incorporate RPG elements into UE5, see you later. You tell me I'm gonna be Siri in high def.
I mean,
I'm gonna see that scar on her face in high def. If I don't get like Siri in the next game, I'm gonna be upset. I'm sorry.
well, now that Unity has kind of destroyed itself, I think UE5 is all we're gonna get.
It's very possible.
Nah, dude. Capcom's gonna sell RE Engine.
That would be wild if they licensed it out like they do UE.
That would be. They're not gonna do that.
There's no way they're gonna do it, but it'd be really cool if they did.
I just don't understand CDPR ditching the red engine because the red engine was really good.
Well, because they said it was like a pain to work on or work with. It was so like outdated or something, right?
Well, it was outdated for the way because they built it for like how long ago was it? Probably like the first Witcher game they made was when they built the red engine, and then they've just slowly like updated it, but it still processes as the old one because they can't do any better than that.
I mean,
But
that
it's like
that sounds like reasonable. That sounds
no,
like a
yeah,
good reason.
they said why. They said like when they get it working for UE5, when they finish like The Witcher 4, and like they get UE5 set up the way that they need it to be set up, like they're gonna be able to crank out games in like 2 or 3 years because it's just gonna be like so much easier.
That makes sense. I think that's fair.
Yeah, so like the first one's gonna take like 4 or 5 years to make, but then like after that they're gonna be like any game that we want we can make really fast as like it will allow them. They can build it faster. That's more of what I mean.
Well, I'm glad that we got all of our feelings out and that we have made the penultimate 2023 tier list.
He just dipped out on you instantly.
Yep.
Mid sentence.
That's, you know,
No, go ahead. Go ahead and do your closing statement again, Connor.
okay. Well,
Yes, dude,
I'm
that's
glad that
right.
I'm glad that we got all of our thoughts out and feelings about the penultimate 2023 games of the year. Motherfucker.
Dude, I clicked the wrong button. I'm so sorry.
It's not a big deal. I mean, like,
I can't believe I clicked that.
we did the thing. Hey, man, we did it. We made a tier list, and it only took 3 hours.
I did. Let's see what my face looked like when that fucking happened. I was like, oh shit.
It was a fun 3 hours. I enjoyed talking with everybody.
All right, finals time. Let's go.
All right, what? Oh yeah, let me. Can
All
I?
right,
Can
Modern
I,
Warfare 3 time. Let's go.
can I go eat and then we play the finals?
You mean Modern Warfare 3?
I don't. On that
Oh,
game.
you mean Dota 2?
I'll play Dota. You gotta carry me, but I'll play it.
We can play those fucking mobile games in Dota.
Oh my god, yeah, you're right. Well, you gotta download them, right?
Yeah, I don't think they're that big.
We both know that's not gonna work out well. Actually, I still think I tried to download Dota 2 and it said disk corrupted, so I don't think I actually have it installed.
Oh, I can't wait for Persona 3. Oh,
Oh, Persona 3 is gonna be so good too. I don't think I'm gonna play it though.
wait, hold up. I mean, I'm gonna play it. It's gonna be on Game Pass for sure.
Oh, you're right.
I just looked though. It's $70. That's kind of surprising.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they made it
I'm
look
surprised.
nicer, but it's kind of the same
At least it's on
thing.
Game Pass.
At least it's on Game Pass. You think Metaphor is gonna be on Game Pass?
I don't know what that is.
The other Atlas game. The other one they're making.
You mean the one that's coming out next year?
Yeah, Metaphor.
Is that what it's called? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, there's Metaphor. I'm actually looking forward to Windblown as well. That thing looks cool. God, what else? Um, Den of Wolves.
Yeah, it looks good.
Den of Wolves looks good. A lot of good games. Pony Island 2. Gotta play Pony Island 1 now. Alright. I'm gonna end now. Good talk, everybody. Good talk.
I think it
What do
was
you
a
mean
good
end?
discussion.
I'm stopping the stream.
I thought you already did that when you went to the bathroom.
No.
What the?
Why would I end there? I'm ending.
You said
now.
you were going to.
No, I
Such
just,
a weird way of doing things.
yeah, you
That's-
know. But this is how you get the real talk out of people is when they think they're not live anymore.
Yeah, well,
Is that what you wanted?
Yeah, that's what I want. Just don't say any of your Call of Duty words, Sean.
Yeah, that's tough.
Oh,
Frank-
don't say that.
Frank Horrigan
There's-
edit.
Frank,
There's no game.
you gotta send me that. You gotta send me the Frank Horgan edit. Sean, do you know who Frank Horgan is?
I do not.
Frank Horgan is the guy from Fallout 2 who is like basically a super mutant, but in power armor.
What?
Yeah, he's like an experiment by the Enclave, and he's basically a super mutant, but he's still just like a human more than anything.
He's
Eh,
basically a super mutant, or he is a super mutant.
Basically, he's not green. I think he's still mostly a human being. He's
So
just
he's like
as strong.
super mutant experiment that went wrong. Is what
No,
you're
went
saying.
right.
Oh, right, because it would have worked.
Yes, it went
Had not
right,
created the
and
FUD.
the Enclave put him in like Enclave power armor, and he just works for the government. That's
I mean,
Frank
that's
Horgan.
dope.